But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
Yay, we're live, baby. Good morning.
Aloha.
I'd say good morning, then it's good afternoon. So it's afternoon. It's afternoon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So good to see you guys.
I'll put my shopping away in like 10 minutes. I'm very proud of myself.
Very good. So hello to Dorian Gray, Jimmy Innes, Sandro, Matthew,
Me.
Miss Mark. That's it. That's it for now. That's it for now. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. And until people turn up, Vicky told me about because the Mike Tyson v Jake Paul is in 2 days. Well, it's on the 16th, so it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It'll be early hours of the morning for us in the UK. But I didn't realize that when the weigh-in and all that. Vicky said, "Did you see Mike Tyson slap Jake Paul?" I'm like, "No, I didn't see it." So I want to see it.
I saw it.
Yeah, Chris, how you doing, man?
Hi, Chris.
Hey, DJ. Hey, Vicky. Nice to hear you. How are you?
All good, brother. All good. I like your house. Lovely looking house.
Yeah, this is
Is this the £10 million mansion?
It's a didgeridoo.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm how you say, trying to get better with the didgeridoo,
I got you.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
I just wanted to come in to say goodbye and have a nice show. I have something to do, BJ. So
Okay.
Great show, yes. Okay.
Right. Good luck in whatever you got to do, bro. We'll see you a bit later on.
We see us for sure, BJ. Have a great show, yes. Vicky,
bless,
bye-bye.
Man. Take care. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Hey, two wolves. Is he okay? I wonder, is he okay? Did he seem a bit sad?
I don't know.
Chris, are you okay?
Okay.
You can hear us, Chris. Are you okay? Because you seemed a little bit sad then. I thought you were. I wasn't sure. Just as you flicked off at the end, I thought you were being a little bit sad. Maybe he's just doing something. I just thought he seemed a bit sad. I don't know.
I hope he's okay.
Pretty he's okay. Oh, two wolves. I haven't seen you in a little while. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. I'm sure I've seen two wolves. Yeah, is that? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
Can I say, right, PJ was gutted because he thought Mike Tyson's fight was on when my stream for Ryan's testimony is on later, but it's not.
Praise the Lord. Because I just want to say, whether it's a gimmick or not, whatever the fight, I just don't I never used to like Mike Tyson. I like him now. I don't like the fact that he's Islamic. His philosophies sometimes seem a bit weird, but in general, he's a calmer guy than he used to be. He's not the same guy as he used to be. And I used to be a supporter of the people, the underdogs. So Mike Tyson came in the 80s, started knocking everyone out. It done my nutting. I wanted Frank Bruno to win. I wanted this other person to win. I just hated Mike Tyson. But as I got older, I've learned to like him. You know what I mean? He's a different guy than from what he used to be. He's more
I like Frank Bruno.
I loved Frank Bruno. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, of course. And, Frank Bruno was the British champion. He was a big guy, a tough guy, but he just didn't. He was a good boxer. He just didn't have it all. He didn't have the iron chin, but he was a strong, tough guy.
Doesn't he have like mental health problems?
Probably. A lot of boxers do, babe. They get that. They get punch drunk, don't they? So
it happens in American football, doesn't it? And that.
Yeah, it's called C something. C. I can't remember the actual term, the actual acronym for it. But when you're punch drunk, I can't remember what it's called. It's got an acronym begins with C or something. Anyway, I want to see him slapping Jake Paul to see if it's a serious thing because they're actually friends. They do get on with each other, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. But obviously, when it comes to fight, it's got to be a different story. But Jake Paul is one of these believers in the universe. The universe says it's written that I'm going to win. The universe decides this. He said, and he manifests it. The universe decides it, but he manifests it. He's one of them. The universe. I'm talking about Jake Paul. I think he thinks the universe has a consciousness that it supplies things for him. That it's his God, basically. It's Satanism. But anyway,
Frank Bruno is bipolar.
Saint Bruno? You mean
Frank Bruno?
You said Saint Bruno.
No, I said Frank Bruno.
I thought you said Saint.
No,
are you talking about Saint? Yeah, probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
No, he does. I just Googled it. Not that Google tells you the truth, because it says a man can have a baby, and we all know that's a big cocker.
Right, so I want to see the slap anyway. I want to see the slap that you were on about. So quickly, I'll put it. I was just watching it before we started. That's why I was a little bit late, as well as making the coffee. Right.
I was late because I was doing my shopping.
First time I have his Versace pants on. Come on, Mike. What are you playing at?
I ain't being funny, right? But no man looks good in them kind of pants.
He's just doing it for his weight, babe. He's only doing it for his weight.
But I'm saying them type of pants are awful.
Of course they are, but he's putting on the smallest pants possible for the weigh-in. That's all he's done.
I'm just saying.
He usually wears boxers. Right. Because he trains in his boxers sometimes, babe. That's how I know.
He wears boxers because he's a boxer.
No, but he does. You see him training. He's sometimes wearing just his boxers.
Yeah.
Freedom, I suppose.
Washing.
I'm trying to get my bloody right. I need to be circly workplace. The way they've done this, it's a pain in the butt. You have to keep changing things. Right. And let's do that one. Right. And then let's make it bigger. Right, so from here, Jake Paul's just had his weigh in already, and obviously it doesn't give you the weights because it quiets down because obviously it's for fight night type thing. So Jake Paul's already been up.
Official weight, 228.4 pounds.
Oh, it's actually cool in this one.
Mike Tyson.
Oh, because with the Jake Paul one, it blanked out. It quieted down. It dubbed down. It went to mute. So maybe that was like they didn't want the Pauls to be put out there. But yeah, Mike's still looking good. I mean, he's 58, man. Look how built he is. He's been training well. His neck is not as thick as it used to be, but listen, he's a lot older.
Why does he look like he's got Colonel Gaddafi tattooed on him?
That's oh, what's his name? Oh, somebody knows. I can't remember the guy's name. Oh, wow, it's going straight out my head. Someone will know. The tattoo he's got on his side, the guy's name, what's the blooming guy's name again? The one on his chest is his daughter. It's meant to be his daughter. Anyway, sorry. Let's go. Guevara. Oh, he
ladies and
did.
gentlemen,
He did as well. Yeah, it's Guevara, babe. It's this guy. Look, I'll show you. It's this guy.
You got to admit, it does look like
Oh.
Colonel Gaddafi, though.
It's that guy there. Guevara.
Yeah. But the tattoo looks more like
Subject.
Colonel Gaddafi.
It does look like Colonel Gaddafi. I was about to say that. It does. Oh, wow. I just stopped sharing. Idiot. 100%. I can't believe he slapped that, man. That's good.
I
That's
thought,
good,
like,
man.
the only person that would get somebody like that tattooed on them would be Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I missed it. Let's do that again. Right. Here we go.
Let him.
Nice.
ladies and gentlemen,
What did the five fingers say to the face? High five? I don't know.
Oh, nice. It's because he jumped up on him. It's because
ladies
Yeah.
and
he
gentlemen,
did
the
his thing
stage
and
is
jumped
set.
up on him.
Yeah,
Our
I'd
main
punched him,
event
not slapped him.
tomorrow night.
And
Yeah, no,
live
it's
Yeah,
not
on
him. It's because he jumped
Netflix.
up from the ground. You're right, dude.
It
Watch
was.
it.
Never seen anyone look so happy to get a slap.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
Nice. He deserved that. Nice.
Is that a ME? I remember. No, it is that person that you
Look,
said.
ladies and
Jake
gentlemen,
Paul.
the stage is set.
Hold on. Look at Jake Paul just saying, it was just a pussy slap. It's a slap, not a punch. He gave you a little
tell you,
slap.
If
Give him a
Mike
little slap
Tyson
because
don't beat him, it's a fix.
he's doing
We
his
know
thing.
that anyway.
Bloody hell. He's doing. I'd say something. He's doing it. He did give him a little slap because he was on the ground and popped up and did his thing. Because Jake Paul's got a bloody big ego as well.
Jake Paul's a dickhead.
I'm not saying Jake Paul hasn't got a chance. He has got a chance. He's got a puncher's chance. Mike Tyson's 58. He's not what he used to be, but he's still something big. I tell you, he can still fight. He can still squat. He can still box. Jake Paul, if Mike catches him, Jake's done. Jake's done. Jake's got to have to stay away from him. And that's the only way he's got a chance, I think, staying away from him. Even though Jake Paul has got a knockout punch, I don't think it's enough to knock out Mike Tyson. I really don't. Even at 58. Even at 58. Right, one more time.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
ladies and
He
gentlemen,
was serious about that. Yeah. He was serious about that. That wasn't put on for the cameras. You could see it in Mike's face. He was serious about that. Because he popped up from the ground.
I don't like Jake Paul.
No, I don't. I don't
like
Jake Paul.
either of the brothers, if I'm being honest.
No, of course not. I don't like him. But, I mean, he has... I wouldn't call him a YouTuber anymore. But I still wouldn't call him a professional boxer. He can box. He can box. He can certainly box. But he's still... The only professional fighter boxer he fought was Tommy Fury. And he lost. And Tommy Fury's not the best heavyweight at all. You know? He might be related to Tyson Fury, but he's not the best heavyweight boxer. And
Them brothers just show you that you can make money for being dumb as F.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, right. Do it. What we haven't got 12 people. Yeah, we might as well just get on with it. We'll do a couple of Jim's observations at the end. As I've got to say, this is Jordan Maxwell, Maritime Admiralty Law. I am new to this, so this is learning for me. I won't be able to put any much input into it. I mean, I'll talk as much as I can, but as it comes for talking about it, this is new to me. The law of the land versus the law of the sea and all that kind of stuff. I don't know much about it. Obviously, I've had people talking about it. I've heard little things here and there. I know the difference between legality and lawful, that type of thing. But when it comes to this stuff, I haven't got a clue about it. I've been saying for a month or so that I have to do something on it. But for me, it's a learning thing. So input-wise, I might be quiet today. I don't know. But yeah, anybody's willing to come in, they can. The link's there. If you've got any insight on it, because this is just a learning thing for me. Video quality's got to be rubbish because it's from Flat Dan from 5 years ago, but the video is probably a lot older than that, so it's like in 240 or something like that. It's in 240. The resolution's 240 or something like that. But that's just the way it is. Let's get it on. Video file.
I'm going for a nap after.
Nice. Why not? Jordan Maxwell, Maritime Admiralty Law. Let's do it. Ooh. Okay. So since it's going to be orientated that way, you can tell how old it is because it's not in 16:9 ratio. It's in all 6:4, is it? 6:4, 4:6, whatever you call it. Right. So we might as well be this way around. Hold on. This way. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. So we might as well have our big old things on as well. We can go back to normal. Having our oh come on. Got one. Go back to being rectangles. There we go. It doesn't make a difference on the size because it doesn't fill out the full screen. Yeah, it's the same either way. So yeah, we'll see the full amount that way. Okay, let's do it.
Babe.
Right. Yes.
See what Two Wolves said. R.I.P.
Jordan Maxwell. Yeah.
That?
This is who we're about to watch. Jordan
Right.
Maxwell. He's somebody that spoke about the maritime law and all that. He knew about this stuff. I have no idea what it all entails. I mean, I know little bits about it, to do with commerce, and it all fits in, like the law of the land versus the law of the sea, with commerce and all that kind of stuff. How commerce is occultic and how us being called humans, we shouldn't be called humans. We're just men and women, because human means, of course, what was it? Earth monster or something? Earth monster, something like that. So yeah, it's the word human is for us, for basically to say that we're monsters. They own us to do with birth certificates and stuff like that. What, babe?
You offended me. My gender is a tree.
Oh, I never said anything about your gender.
You said men and women.
You are. I said human. Anyway, let's go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here at the 4th Annual ConspiracyCon 2004 Memorial Day weekend. Appreciate that you're here. Most of you were here this morning when I made a few announcements about...
Yeah, I know Giannis was on about it the other day, Sandra. That's what reminded me about doing it when Giannis was on about it, because I spoke about it with Ryan and Roger and a few other people, and Ryan put me onto it, like a video, but I can't find it in my watch later list. So I just typed in Jordan Maxwell and kind of got this one. I looked about and got this one, so I thought we'd do this one. We will do more stuff on it because Sea Monster, is that what you're saying? Sea Monster. Yeah, so I'd like to, like, once I know a bit more about it, I'll be able to put more input into it and be able to do more on it. But at the minute, I don't even know the basics properly. You heard my knowledge on it, So So yeah, I can understand it. Obviously, I just need to. Okay, two wolves. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. You can stay. But bless one. Nice one for turning up, dude. Bless you, man. Two wolves. Love that name. You know, two wolves. And I remember it. I remember two wolves from Brandon's as well. Same as Jeff Guy said. YouTube. Few others, man. Well, what's happened to YouTube? I haven't seen YouTube for a while.
I just went in my live chat for tonight.
Yeah.
Roger said, might be a bit late for me. I've already turned. Turned what?
He's already turned.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he's meaning. It might be. Meaning he might have already turned in, hasn't gone to sleep. I don't know.
It's in 9 hours.
No,
I sent
wait,
it you on WhatsApp.
You sent me what on WhatsApp?
The screenshot of it.
You did. Okay, 2 secs.
Because I'm confused.
Sandra says, Black's Law Dictionary, human means sea monster. Right, got you. Turned in for bed, I think he means, babe. Turned in for bed.
Babe, it's afternoon for him when I do it.
I don't know. Let me see the bloody thing.
Like what? Random.
Right.
Who says turned in for bed? You just say going to bed or in bed.
It might be too late for me. I have already turned in. Yeah, it just means going to bed, babe. So that just means going to bed.
Not for 9 hours.
I don't know. Babe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He's up at that time because we know he is, but he's at work. He's at work at that time. He's always at work at that time.
It's like 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon for him.
Yeah, I know. He'll be working at that time. He probably meant clocked in. I don't know. I don't know, babe. I really don't know.
I may not know.
Good to see you, Mike. Good to see you. Right, let's go.
How many of our presenters are solution-oriented. And the person you're about to see is just such a person. He is going to be provided with an introduction, honored today by Jordan Maxwell, an associate and friend of ours here at the conference. And again, about solutions. Look at that symbol right there. Might look a little bit familiar. And I don't use that symbol by accident, and neither is our next presenter, who is also an associate and good friend of Jordan Maxwell. Jordan, some of you know, has spoken at this event and others like it. And I thought it would be appropriate for Jordan to provide a little bit of a hidden history lesson as to what has happened to our country, what has happened to this planet, what has happened to our legal system, our financial system.
This what planet did you say? Have you not heard? Obviously, this was before 2017, 2015.
He is very knowledgeable about secret societies, symbolism, fraternal.
Hi, Glenn. It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. The first ever sport fight or anything to be on Netflix, all done by Jake Paul. I mean, that's what. If someone else said that earlier as well, Mike. R.I.P. Jordan. Yeah, absolutely.
Orders.
I didn't know he was dead until today, but yeah, R.I.P. Jordan. Because, like I say, I'm new to this. It's a learning thing for me. So, like I say, if there's not much input put in my half, it's because I'm learning. I have no idea about these things. Just the basics, just the very basics.
All the things and elements and groups that are behind what has happened. And I couldn't think of anybody better to introduce our next guest. So without further ado, please give a warm welcome to Jordan Maxwell. He will be up here for about 15 minutes. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
15 minutes? Well, it's an hour and 7, so he's up there more than 15 minutes.
First of all, I want to thank you all for being here with us today.
You've got to heat my coffee up.
A lot of kind words have been said about me, but I want to clarify a few things. I'm not the world's foremost authority on anything. I never have been, I'm not now, nor will I ever be. I'm too smart for that. Because I know how much I don't know. And I'm learning every day that I live, the world keeps opening up larger and larger. And I started this escapade back in 1959. I started talking to audiences in 1962 about secret societies, the New World Order, occultism, and it was in 1966 that Anthony J. Hilder produced his first record set with Myron Fagan on Illuminati. And it was Anthony J. Hilder and Myron Fagan who introduced into American society the idea of secret societies and Illuminati. So when you hear the concept being discussed by anyone of secret societies, and especially that word Illuminati, remember it was Anthony J. Hilder who introduced it, and the man who talked about it, Anthony actually produced the records, and it was Myron Fagan, a very important man that you need to know about, who's no longer with us. Myron Fagan was the man who introduced the idea of Illuminati. As I said, I was talking about these subjects back in 1962.
The illuminated ones. They're not very illuminated, for sure. They're illuminated on what's going on, but they're on the wrong side of things. So if they were illuminated, they'd be on the right side.
Before most of the people who now talk about it were even still in school. So consequently, I've looked at
Clickbait. You thought it was a Tyson fight. And it would have been clickbait if I put Tyson's name or put him on the thumbnail, but no. I actually used an AI first AI thumbnail I've ever done. I kind of tried to get the old guy to look like Jordan Maxwell. I described him, but that's the best I could get. I tried to make him a bit more portly as well, a bit fatter, but it kind of just kept giving me an image like that. So that'll do. The AI image done.
AI one was mine.
Yeah, I know, but for myself.
Oh.
For myself, that's my first AI. Vicky, I did an AI one for Vicky as well. The one she's got for her stream. Yeah, hold on.
I'm just gonna hoover the sofa.
This is Vicky's one.
Babe.
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't want no more visitors.
Okay. This is Vicky's one. That's Vicky's one for the testimony. The other night. So that's the first AI one I've done. But for my own channel, it's the one today, as you've seen as you come in. So there we go. I like Vicky's one better. Anyway.
Many different areas of conspiracy since that time. And I'm appalled at what I see happening in this country today. We are told that America is the land of laws, a nation built on laws. In point of fact, nothing could be further from the truth. America is run by people who are lawless.
I tell you what, Dorian, though, if I was allowed to show the fight live, I would do it. I would get up and do it, man. Yeah, I would. I would just put Netflix on the computer and do it that way if I could. But obviously, I'm not allowed to. What you can do is you can have the fight on, so you can. I don't even think you're allowed to hear the sound, but you can have the fight on and I can commentate on it. But I'm not a commentator. There's a lot of people on YouTube do that when the fight's on, like the Wade's concept. There's a guy that does boxing commentating and talks in boxing and fighting that I watch. Wade's concept. He thinks Jake Paul's got to win, actually, Wade. But I don't know. It's because he's on the younger side, probably. So he's probably on the side of youth. But yeah, they do things like that. But if I was more of a commentator, then I suppose I could. But I'd rather watch a fight than talk to someone about it, you know. I'd rather watch it with them than tell them what's happening. Because I'm just got to be interested in watching it and thinking, and somebody's got to go down with a dig, and I'm just got to be like, whoa, and you've just got to be like, what's he talking about? All he's doing is screaming at the TV. You know, I would do that if I was allowed to. If I was allowed to, I'd show it, but obviously I'm not. You know, you can't even show highlights because of the bloody adverts and stuff. I've tried showing highlights before, haven't I? And because of the commercial, the sponsors and that on the ring posts and on the signs and stuff like that, I end up having to take it down.
We have no law in America, and understand that. The law is whatever the powers that be in power happen to say it is today.
And that's not law. Man can't make law, can they? Only God can make law, you know? It's silly. So that's the difference, isn't it, between like corporations, legality and lawfulness. You know, there's a complete difference. And I never used to know the difference before. I was like, well, lawful is the same. Saying it's not lawful is the same as saying it's illegal. I just thought it was synonymic words, but it's not. It's not. If you don't know about it, then you would think that. You would think that. Which is because we're taught to think that lawful and legal is the same.
Whatever they say it is, that's what the law is.
The natural law and men's law, exactly, Mike. Natural law is God's law, you know? God put into nature. The laws that can't be changed, they are law because they can't be changed. Like, if it's man that does it, then it's not a law because it can be changed, can't it? It can be changed.
Today.
Man hasn't got the authority. Sorry, Al. Please.
And it may change tomorrow. So what you need to understand is this is not a nation of laws, it's a nation of lawlessness. And somewhere along the line, we're going to be dealt with by that universe.
Yeah, that's right. Dave, Yana said that the other day. Law is actually, it's an acronym. It's an acronym for law, air, water, LAW. It's interesting that as the word came out of an acronym. Law. Land, air, water. Nice one for that, Dave.
Of God force because of what we have allowed to happen in our country. Now, in relation to the subject today, which is the occult world of commerce, let me give you a couple of examples of I think where you need to start.
Oh yeah, no, the guy I do I cover some of his stuff, Daniel C. He put something on his community post yesterday, and it had a picture of Diddy with TD Jakes, like the pastor TD Jakes. And then Diddy, you know, so he's doing a video on Diddy and TD Jakes soon, so I'll probably cover that because that should be good. That should be good. As soon as he does it, he says coming soon, but so as soon as he does it, I'll cover it. I'll cover it.
Start thinking. If you are going to send a box through the mail and you need to wrap it with some rope, you go out in the garage and you find some rope and tie up the box, and that should be sufficient to do the mailing. But if you're going to take that rope out to the edge of a 10-story building and hang on it, you better trust and you better examine the integrity of that rope now, because you're
well said, because it's going to be used for two different things. You know, rope tying up something, that'll hold it perfectly. You know, but you're hanging off it from a building. Yes, you better make sure that rope's sturdy, that it's got no wear and tear on it.
your life hangs in the balance on it. Another example is if you owned a 2-story building and you were going to put a lot of weight on the second floor. If you were smart, you would go downstairs first with the structural engineer, get on a ladder, and go up through the ceiling tiles and examine the floor that you're going to put that weight on.
Makes complete sense. Makes complete sense. Just basic logic. Common sense.
See if the floor is going to hold that kind of weight. So what you're doing is you are standing under the foundation you're going to build on. You're standing under to get understanding, because that's where the word understand comes from. To stand under the foundation.
No, I don't watch fantasy stuff. The biggest fantasy thing I ever watched was Lord of the Rings. I'm not into I'm not really into that Game of Thrones and all that kind of stuff. No.
Foundation that you're building on. Understanding words is what you really need to start doing. You need to start doing your homework and understand.
And I believe that. I believe that as well. Because even, I mean, he's probably mean it from a different way from me, but even within like our faith in Christ and stuff, I mean, I still say things like in the Midlands here, they'll say things like wicked, which means good. Oh yeah, that's well wicked, especially in the 90s, 80s and 90s. People say, yeah, it's well wicked, man. That's well wicked. You know, meant it's really good. But wicked doesn't mean good. It means evil. It means evil.
And I have to think in myself.
Yeah, of course. You have to stop yourself sometimes. You have to stop yourself sometimes because I still do it. I'll say, yeah, man, that's wicked. That's wicked. That's good. And I mean it is good, but it's not. It doesn't mean that. You've got to watch what you're saying and what words actually mean.
Understanding words. If you put an S in front of words, it becomes swords. And that's what words are. They're cutting. They can cause you great trouble. Humans are word-controlled creatures. So we need to establish what words mean.
Well, that's true. It's true because language controls us, doesn't it? Language, speaking, communication. If it wasn't for that, which entail words, which consist of words, you know, we wouldn't really communicate, would we? We wouldn't really communicate. So words is a big thing.
Again, when we talk about law, there's a Roman maximum in law that says, for he that would be deceived, let him. Simply meaning, if you are so ignorant as to be deceived, then that's your business. That's your problem. So you need to do your homework and find out what the word.
That means exactly, just learn. I mean, even that scripturally would be sound. That would be sound scripturally. You know what I mean? Learn.
Mean, especially in relation to law and government. Because there is a world of occultism that is operating today throughout the world, in which you use certain words, and when those words are used in a court, they don't mean the same thing at all. Understanding law and the words of law, there are two things that this planet has: water and earth, water and land. Consequently, there are two kinds of law.
Just reminded me in the movie 300 when he says, and down there you'll find plenty. Water and earth. A simple message of water and earth. Oh, really? I mean, the was it? The heads of severed kings to us. You insult my queen. Maybe you should have chose your words more wisely. It reminded me in 300 that day.
The law of the land and the law of water. You've heard the term law of the land, but in point of fact, that's precisely what this word means, law of the land, because it is the people who live on land. And that is opposed to something else called the law of the high seas, or the law of water. You need to understand the difference. The law of the land is the law of the culture that lives on the land. And so consequently, the law of the land is different in every country. You can do things in America you can't do in Russia.
That's right.
You can do things in Africa you can't do in England. So the law of the land is the law of the culture that lives on that particular land. However, there is a higher law that dominates the entire world. It's called the law of the water, or the law of the high seas. The law of water is referred to as the law of money. It doesn't matter what color you are, where you're from, or where you live. Money is money. And anytime you're doing banking or using money, you are now under the law of water, Maritime Admiralty. If you go back in history,
hence the title, based on Maritime Admiralty Law. This is interesting. I need to get more into this.
in ancient history where all of this began, back in the land of Cana. And you probably have heard in the Bible, the land of Cana. The Canaanites were Phoenician.
All money is fake. All money is fake. All money we have nowadays is fake. You have nothing to back it. Nothing. It's printed paper and plastic. That's it.
Phoenician bloodline. And in the ancient Phoenician language, Cana meant merchant, banker. The very word merchant comes from mer, M-E-R, for the sea, for water. As a mermaid, we have merchant. Merchant, bankers. Let me give you an example of the difference between the law of water and the law of the land. The law of water, as I said, is a law of banking, money, as opposed to the law of the custom of the people or the law of the land. The Statue of Liberty must be put in water. It could not be put on American land as such. It had to be put in a harbor because it's not the Statue of Freedom. It's a Statue of Liberty. Liberty is what a sailor gets when he pulls into port on a ship. He gets liberty. He's not free.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow, that's a turnaround on that one because, yeah, when I use the word liberty, to me, it's freedom. Yeah. That's interesting.
So America is not the land of the free and the home of the brave. We're not free or brave, period.
We're not
free. This is not a free country. Now let me give you an example of how this law of the water works. Why is it that you have to go to court? People are always concerned about going to court. You go to court because you play basketball and tennis on a court. How do you play tennis on a court? You play with a racket. Why? Because that's what it is. It's a racket.
That's good. That's good. That's a good little joke, I suppose. I like that.
And make no mistake, they do not pick words by chance.
No, they don't.
These words are very serious. They do not use words in terms with no avail. These words are very important. When you go into a court, what's the idea of going to court? It's a game.
Very interesting, Mike. Very interesting, bro.
Like basketball, the whole idea in a court is to put the ball back in the other guy's court. One team gets up and they throw the ball over.
That's right. And even the saying, the ball's in your court, meaning it's up to you. You do it. Yeah. Ball's in your court. Decision's yours. Makes sense.
To that team of lawyers. That team gets up and throws the ball back into their court. And consequently, it's a ball game. And the judge is wearing a black robe, so he is the referee. The judge is the referee. He doesn't care which side wins or loses because he's going to get paid anyway. So he couldn't care less. He's merely there as a referee, and that's why he wears a black robe. And that's another interesting subject we can get into later. But the judge is a referee between two teams. The judge, we are told, rules from the bench. The word bench in Latin is a bank. Therefore, the judge rules for the bank.
Wow.
Where do you find bank?
That's true. That's true. Bench. You do hear that being associated with bank. Yeah, and well, obviously court as well. The bench.
Banks. You find banks on both sides of a river. They're called river banks.
That's right.
And what does a river bank do? It directs the flow of the current. See.
Wow.
The juice.
Wow, that's not just coincidence, is it? You know, that's certainly has been chosen. It's been picked and carefully picked and chosen the words that they're going to use, without a doubt. I mean, that's right. I mean, that's what banks do. Either side, it directs the flow of the water, the current, the currency.
Consequently, your money is currency because it's the flow, the cash flow. and give you an example of how this works. When a ship pulls into a harbor, all ships are referred to as female. Airships, rocket ships, sailing ships are always female. Why? There's a very good reason. Maritime Admiralty banking law.
It's true though. I mean, even when it comes to our cars, people, they never, like a guy never usually says, like my new car. They never call it, when they personalize the car, they never say, oh, do you like him? Or it's always, do you like her? You know what I mean? It's usually a girl's name like Bertha, you know what I mean? Or Betsy, or something like that. It's never a dude's name you give it. You still have it? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You're good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You got anything to say?
No.
Shut up then.
I will.
I'm joking. You all right?
Yeah, my chest's a bit tight.
Oh, take your inhalers.
I have.
All right.
Law says all ships are female because they're carrying items.
And I was saying that yesterday as well, the other day as well, Mike, you said only a female can give birth. Exactly.
Yeah.
And when I was talking about the other day, we Janusz, Polish guy, I was saying that I'm from a fishing town, in the trawler boats, the trawler ships, the boats go out fishing. And when you have a certain amount of people on there, just say you have 12 people working, you call it a 6 berth or a 12 berth. It's spelled differently. It's berth as in BETRRTH. You know what I mean? But it's still, it's wordplay, isn't it? It's double speak.
They're carrying items for money, and so consequently they are under Maritime Admiralty Law. Admiralty is where we get the word admiral, admiral of the Navy. Let me give you an example of how this works. When a ship pulls into harbor, it parks at the dock, and it ties off at the dock. The captain has to provide for the port authorities a certificate of manifest, because yesterday the ship was not here, but this morning the ship pulled in, so it has manifested. So consequently, all the products, the $800 million worth of TVs or Toyotas, have manifested. So each one of those items coming off of that ship has come off of water. And they has come in a ship. And consequently, on a ship, all ships have a captain. The word captain comes from a Latin word capital, money. So the captain represents the money that's on board the ship.
Wow.
And as I said, the captain has to present to the port authorities a certificate of manifest for each and every item. How much does it weigh? What color is it? How many doors does it have? Etc. And consequently, the captain presents a certificate of manifest. The ship is sitting in its berth. Wherever a ship sits when it docks is called its berth. She sits in her berth, berthing a ship.
Yeah. That's right.
Consequently, all the items, as I said, coming off that ship represent money. They came in on water. They are Maritime Admiralty product. And this is true all over the world. Now, when you were born, your mother's water broke. And when your mother's water broke, you came out. And this is why you have to have a birth certificate.
Yeah.
Because you are a Maritime Admiralty product under international law. You are considered, your body is considered a Maritime Admiralty product. Your mother delivered you. This is why if you go to Sears and buy a refrigerator, they will ship it to you. They will deliver it. And that's why you were in your delivery.
It's weird that he's saying this, because even like say I'm from a fishing town, and if a boat comes from a different town and it berths there in our town from it, they have to go to the office. The can't remember what we call it. It's just next door, but they go in the office and they sign some stuff as well, just to say they're here for a bit and all that, like they're parked up. That's kind of, they go to an office place where they all kind of meet up and that as well. It kind of makes sense. It makes sense. Get better out of that CIA, Maxwell. All right, nice one there, Dorian. I can always use that for another day. That'd be cool. Let's have a look at it.
Room. Your mother was delivering a product. Maritime Admiralty. You came down your mother's birth canal. And once you, and as you're taking one of the televisions or the cars off the ship and it falls down and breaks, that's all right. Sometimes they're stillborn, so consequently you've lost money on that one. Therefore, you have to have a death certificate, and it's always signed by the doc. The doc has to sign your birth certificate and your death certificate.
Nice one, Dorian. I've saved that one for another day. Hey, Space Miner, good to see you, bro. Yeah, that's a 20-odd minute one. I could use that for another day. That's cool. That's cool. Cheers, bro.
All of these words and terms are Maritime Admiralty banking words. And therefore, if you understand lawyers and judges and courts and government are all under international maritime admiralty law. All religions, all churches in the world operate under maritime law. This is why all churches are divided into denominations, like 20s and 50s and 100s. Serious. This is why they're called denominations, because all churches are nothing more than the product of maritime admiralty banking.
I know, and nowadays, because of an organized religion and what churches are, they're lucrative. They're lucrative. You know, they're businesses. They're not. What would you call? They're not charities. That's for sure. They're not what we would think in our heads a church should be. They're businesses, and yet they get let off with taxes as well because of religious reasons. Isn't it mad?
It's an extraordinary story of a cult.
Yeah, it's another one, Sandra. Liquid assets. Liquidate. Liquidity. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah.
Treason, high treason and crimes against the state. Make no mistake about it. There has never been a country on the face of the earth as far back into history as you can go. There has never existed a country in which the people rose up and demanded their...
Yeah, Space Miners. Spirit of Judas. Spirit of Judah. Absolutely, bro. I've got one. I've got one sparked up right now, mate.
right to be free. Never. The concept of human, spiritual, intellectual, and physical freedom is a totally concept that has never, ever existed on the earth. Wow. The only time that has ever come into existence was the founding of this country, where it was understood that we were sovereigns and we owned our bodies, and consequently, since 1860.
So that's where sovereign gets his name from, isn't it? Sovereign soul and chained mind. This is just to do with this stuff, isn't it? Sovereign, David Kane, that's his own name. But yeah, that's where I think he gets his name from. Fair play, bro. Fair play.
68, we're now on the International Maritime Admiralty Law. Think about this. When cowboys in Indian movies, when the cowboys would ride into town, they'd get off the horse, they were wearing guns. How come they could walk into a bar carrying guns? And if two guys got in an argument, they could go out on the street and draw on each other in front of the sheriff's office, and the sheriff would do nothing. How come? How come that men could go out in the street and shoot each other in front of everyone and have nothing be done about it? The reason why is because before 1868, all Americans were considered sovereigns. And that's one of the nice things about being a sovereign, is you have the right to be yourself. And consequently, you need to understand that, in one last point I'm going to make before I introduce your speaker, that in 1868 there was a corporation founded. Anyone can incorporate a company. Well, in 1868 there was a company incorporated. And in that particular company, the founders of that company called it, they referred to...
And his son thinking about it as well. So his son formed the corporate fiction. Good name. Good name. Yeah. Mike Sales makes it. All of us are sovereign souls on chain minds in here. That is what we do in life, and it's worth it. Absolutely, I get you. Get you. Too right, bro. Suspect. Enforce it. I don't know. I suspect a third law for the sky, but for what? For other non-physical powers that enforces it. I don't know. Good thought. Good thought. What was that? Sandra said. Your parents gave you away to the state, so they are pair who rents you. Dude, pay rent. Did you know? Wow. Wow.
Well, it's true though, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. So from now on, they're not my parents, they're my mother and father. That's crazy. I never even thought of that. A pair who rents you. That's true because of your birth certificate.
You have to register births. It's against the law not to.
Exactly, Dave. That's the point. But if you become sovereign, you don't have to. You can free yourself from all that. But obviously, if you're on the land, you have to adhere to the law to a certain degree. But yeah, it's crazy. But that's the way they've got us trapped, though, babe. That's the way they've got us trapped. Because we have to adhere to what they bloody say. You know?
I don't think travellers register their birth.
No. But it's only illegal, not unlawful, because they say so. You know what I mean? Not because God said so, because they did.
To it as the United States Corporation, and they stipulated that anybody.
That's right. We consent to it, yeah, exactly. But we're tricked into it.
Who would be a member of that corporation or work for that corporation would be called not an employee but a citizen. So today, if you are asked, are you a citizen of the United States, what you think you're being asked is, are you lawfully in this country to do?
That's right, exactly what Sandra said. Register comes from regis, which is regality, which is royalty, isn't it? So he's right. What he said there. Where was it? It's gone. There it is. Here you go, baby. Register, regis, royalty. Everything you register belongs to the crown. Exactly. It makes sense. So even with that word there, baby, register. Even look, listen. Cash register. A cash register. Who does the cash belong to? The crown.
The crown, obviously. Look at what Bazza said. Jesus Freak's grandson doesn't have a social security number, not registered. I approve. Definitely.
Fair play. I wish I knew how to do all this, you know. Excellent. Fair play to him, man. Fair play. Yeah, this is really interesting. I will play that other video another day as well, definitely, Dorian. I'm not going to do it 2 days in a row because people get a bit, you know what I mean? Because I was going to do something else on 1984 today because I did it yesterday. I had it set, but then I thought, no, we did that yesterday. We'll watch the film. I'm not going to go straight onto 1984 stuff again. So, no, I decided against it and went with this instead. I did have it set for the other thing, but anyway, let's carry on. I'm just blathering.
Business. That's not lawfully what's being asked. They didn't ask you if you were in America lawfully. They ask you a specific question. Are you, of your own volition, out of your own mouth, testifying that you are a citizen of the United States? Because in that way, citizen of the United States means you are an employee of a foreign corporation operating on international maritime law. So today, the president of the...
Mate, you can't be a tree because Vicky already identifies as a tree, don't you?
Look, the more trees, the better.
Oh, okay, so you're allowed to, you can identify as a tree as well, Mikey. That's all good.
You can all identify as a tree.
Yeah, what did Matthew say there? King Chuck. King Chuck still owns Canada's wildlife. You pay royalty on first sold to the market today. Isn't that mad as well? Especially when it's illegal in some illegal, unlawful, illegal.
Loads all the mammals and that in the sea here.
Aye.
That's why the French cut the fins off.
Aye. Bad. Yes, they do. I knew that. I already knew that one, Sandro. Banks of branches. Yeah, of course. Of course. I knew that one. Yeah.
The United States is the president of a privately owned company. The company is called United States. And the word president is always a word that is used in corporate law.
It sounds like, I mean, I don't know if that comes from it, but like, you know, when you're looking through papers, and you leaf through them, and that's where they come from, isn't it? Leaves. Well, trees, but it's all kind of like, you know what I mean? You leaf through paper like leaves, you know? Yeah. It's mad how the language works.
Banks have presidents. All companies have presidents. So there's a corporation called United States, privately owned, and it has a president. President Bush is not the president of America. President Bush is the president of a privately owned company. Privately owned, out of England. And you need to understand words and terms. Because I believe that there is a divine presence in the universe that men call God, and one day that divine presence is going to move on the earth, and we're going to see freedom come back to this world. And when it does, you're going to need to understand words and terms and how they have been used to trick you. And that's the speech that today I'm...
Isn't it mad, Sandro? Because it's like the river has a current, it has a flow, money flow, currency, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy how they've...
Look at the largest private landowner in the world, and you'll find out that it's the King of England.
Of course. Of course.
It was the Queen.
Chuck.
Yeah. The
King
money, like, we don't know half of it, I don't think.
No, exactly.
Like, he just had a 50-odd million a year pay rise. Well, there's people dying on the streets, which that's a really good king, not.
Madness.
Introducing Jason Whitney to give you some ideas about how these words have been used to enslave you. And with that, I'd like to introduce my friend, Jason Whitney.
Oh, so he's got somebody else talking as well. I didn't realize this, so he is just 15 minutes. That's good. That's good.
Hello, everyone.
Wow.
I'm going to just restart the computer here. There's a lot to cover.
Computer? What was it? A ZX Spectrum.
And going to go pretty quick. And some of the stuff that we're going to go over is, in essence, a reiteration of some of the concepts that Jordan presented to you. So, but we're going to give them with visual examples, so they hopefully give you a better mental anchor. So when you see this stuff come up, if you should ever, get involved in a situation where you unfortunately have to go to court, you understand the name of the tune. And you'll find out at the end of all of this today, it's just business. I was first introduced to Jordan Maxwell approximately 3.5 years ago. I was up late at night, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning when my girlfriend had said, "Hey, you got to listen to this guy." And I was doing homework. I was originally a computer science major, studying network engineering. And I set my books aside, and I walked over to the table, and I flipped on the channel so I could hear the radio in the room I was in. And I hear this guy talking. And the information was so powerful that was being presented, I was absolutely blown away. I went and grabbed a notebook, and I started taking notes because, I've been into the occult since I was about 18, and I've studied mostly stuff on, basic secret societies and pyramidology and the concepts of some UFO ET stuff. But what Jordan presented on that radio show put the entire world system, whether it be religion, banking, or politics, or UFOs and aliens, and the concept of, the alien ant farm, which is Earth, all into a construct that I could basically see with open eyes, kind of like the Matrix.
Disagree. We're not an alien ant farm at all. You know what I mean? You describe it that way if you want, but we're not an alien ant farm. No, creation of gods. Simple.
I'd rather be a minion.
Ha!
Revelation. And, you know, if it wasn't for Jordan, in any capacity, I wouldn't be here today. And certainly, you know, myself and a collective group of people that have become researchers, and I like to consider myself, in essence, you know, still a neophyte because I'm not an expert on anything like Jordan. However, so many researchers that we have come into contact with have been facilitated into this particular paradigm as a result of Jordan's research. And like I said, in my particular opinion, Jordan is truly the godfather of occultism. So I'll just wait for this machine to boot up here so I can get to the good stuff. My presentation in part's predicated upon the images, but anyways, the world of Admiralty that we're going to talk about today it's a concept and it's a philosophy. What the system, Jordan explained that there's two kinds of law in the world. There's civil law and there's the law of water and money. Well, we have our common law system where collective groups of people come together and they agree to follow particular behavioral patterns. However, the banking system, or the banksters or gangsters or whatever you want to call them, have collectively, through thousands of years, have set up a situation where they can manipulate people to superimpose a legal system that is not based entirely on law, it's based on commerce. And so this artificial let's pretend construct has basically been superimposed over our law of our land. And as we'll get into it...
It's a good way of putting it. It's construct being superimposed and put over the top of it. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll explain that, or I'll try to demonstrate further that we are not operating in a common law system anymore. Although the common law is still here, and we need to understand how to access it and how to use it to our advantage. But most people, unfortunately, are so ignorant of what the law is or what the codes are or what the statutes actually say and how they particularly apply to them. They just are used to functioning in a consensus reality that, oh, well, you know, at 18 or 16, everyone gets a driver's license, and, you know, when I work, everyone...
It's a good point, Mike. It's funny to see that it was made many years ago, sort of thing. We can be confident that what we see today is exactly what they predicted back then. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Fills out a 1040 IRS tax form, or because he said, or because your parents said, or because your parents were particularly indoctrinated in a system where everyone is functioning perpetually in this let's pretend game. So we're going to go over a couple things here really fast. This presentation, like I said earlier, it's dedicated entirely to Jordan Maxwell because this is his work, just reiterated in a new light with my own particular spice overlaid. So thanks again, Jordan. So interestingly enough, this ship, or the ships of the high seas and commerce, if you get back to, you know, ancient Europe, the merchant vessels that transported goods and services and commodities and product to make money were called revenue cutters. Okay, it's just a term, not too significant, but the whole system is set up about one thing: money, because the banks and the banks, through their politicians and legislational system, they set up a body of laws to further extract money, or set up a system that money is always flowing up. It's being extracted out of your bodies, out of your sweat equity, out of your labor. So the whole thing is based about one thing: commerce. Okay, Jordan said in ship, you know, when a ship is pulled into a dock, it's docked.
And Matthew says, I found Jordan after the debate. I've heard of Jordan for years. I had his name for years. I just didn't know what it was about. Didn't know. I never really looked into this stuff until, I mean, I've heard about it for years, but never looked into it. This is the first really I've started to look into it.
and we go back to what happens when a
Hey, super. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, brother.
ship pulls into a dock. It has to present a manifest, a certificate of manifest.
Now you can see, now there's nothing wrong with my picture at all. You can see how old this video is because you can't even make out what that manifesto says.
It's really simple. It's all about forms.
Yeah.
Everyone ever see that movie Brazil? Okay, that's pretty much the system we're operating in today. If you take a look.
Yeah, well, I did start watching Brazil, but it didn't interest me. Didn't interest me one little bit.
Closer look at it. So you have a certificate of manifest, and it just describes all the property that's on the ship.
Dylan, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Welcome, man.
Ship sits in its berth, as Jordan mentioned earlier. There you go.
And also, like I said, the best thing I'm from a fishing town, and if you're on a trawler boat that goes out fishes, and there's like 6 people who sleep there, 6 fishermen, 8, 12 fishermen, whatever, you call it a 6 bath, a 4 bath, a 10 bath, whatever it holds, you call it a bath,
The mother, in the system that we operate, if you understand Admiralty, it's a very esoteric.
The mother equals merchant vessel.
System, because the banking has been operating longer than 6,000 years, probably longer than recorded history, longer than the Code of Hammurabi, etc. But the mother is a vessel, or all of us are vessels, because, and this is a philosophic esoteric point, but our bodies are a warehouse, and you live within the confines of your skin if you take the concept that you're a spiritual.
Oh, Mr. Super, you've put up a new mix, have you? Oh, cool. Do you mind if I download it and use it?
Being. Okay, so it's an energy vessel. So the mother is a vessel delivering a product, swimming down the rivers of the birth canal, and it's delivered to the dock, or the dock.
Ah, you've done the Antarctica one, the song you made up about Antarctica. Yeah, nice, cool. I'm going to download that now, bro. I'm going to download that and we'll use that at the end. That means I don't have to use 2 songs at the end. I just use one because it's Mr. Chezik and Mr. Super together. It saves me a little bit of time. A little bit. Cool. But I'll still be playing a Harry Mark and the Jimenez.
Door. And what is it? It's delivery of a human resource, because that's all we're considered, humans. We're human resources, and you get a birth certificate to vouch for that. It used to be that, if a child was born in a common law society, collective society, they record it in the Bible or some sort of, official records, etc. But everything's about certifications, or a B/6, like in Brazil, So, certificate of live birth, and we're talking about money. You're a human resource. So what is money? It's energy. That's all it is. The system is set up that it's the control and flow of energy from generally the bottom up, the basis of the foundation of the people, up into the hands of the bankers that further perpetuate and dictate more laws to further extract money. And we'll demonstrate this in just a moment. So battery...
That's it, Mr. Super, all downloaded and ready to go for the end of the stream.
Is pretty much what we're considered. If anyone has seen The Matrix, our bodies are a vessel. It's where we store the energy. We eat food. Its energy is transmuted from the sun, it goes up the food chain if you study biology, and the energy is stored in our fat cells. Well, take a look at this. A nursery, in essence, if we're talking to the world of Admiralty and the ship pulling into the dock and getting the port, coming into port, and we're getting all this paper.
Nursery equals energy farm. Wow. That almost is like the Matrix itself, isn't it? Where you're used as a battery, as energy for the machines. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I'm not a simulation theory guy, but I like the film The Matrix. And it makes sense in a metaphorical way. You know what I mean?
Work, and it's all about money. The nursery is an energy farm or a monetary farm. It's a production house, kind of like the Matrix.
Like the Matrix, yeah.
So we're going to go into some definitions from the law
I
dictionary.
know, Mr. Super, if you think about human resources, it sounds like a good thing until you realize what it means. It means we are the resource. We are the battery. We're the energy. We're the one being used.
What these terms mean. Jordan says we need to take a look at words because we're word-controlled people, right? And I'm not making any of this up. If you look in Ballantyne's Law Dictionary, a human.
It's in the microprint. Yeah, exactly, bro. You always do that stuff. But even then, they'll put it in a roundabout way that sounds okay. 100%.
Being is a monster. So that's what, when you walk into court, this is how they're looking at you. So you want to get your constitutional rights. You want your liberties, not your freedom, but you want civil liberties. Well, they're working with this guy. How does that apply to you? So let's take a look at what monster says. A monster is a human being by birth, but in some part resembling a lower animal. A monster hath no inherent blood, and cannot be the heir to any land, albeit it be brought forth in marriage. Okay, so what are we talking about here?
Wow.
Are we talking about a human being, which is in the law of admiralty or the law of banking, we're talking about a let's.
You see this bit? Bit.
Yeah.
You see this?
Mm-hmm.
Mad, isn't it?
Yep.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Pretend game. Limited liability, no one taking responsibility for their actions. That's why we live in a corporate fascist system where everyone wants to incorporate and not take responsibility for what's going on. And this guy over here, the real you that's aware and functions in like a state of common law where it takes personal responsibility for everything he does and, will make his wrongs right and everything. This guy, it's on a piece of paper only. That's the certificate of live birth. That's the B/6. That's the let's pretend game. So if the construct that is law has two kinds of people. In fact, the spiritual being you won't find a spiritual being in a law dictionary, but you'll find the definition of a person. But peculiar enough, the definition of a person, they try to get you caught up with a natural person. But how do you define a word with its own word? That's a peculiarity in itself. So person includes a natural person, a firm, a co-partnership, or an association, or a limited liability company or corporation. The entire essence of the let's pretend game is to get you to be one of these things, a corporation, functioning in a state of fascism, in a limited liability world, a let's pretend game, where no one takes responsibility for their actions. So we get into the construct of what the physical world versus the legal world is. You have the world of land, which they try to superimpose this matrix body over, of the world of admiralty. In the Constitution, which is predicated upon common law, we deal in the world of gold and silver. What happened to that, guys? Now we're dealing with Federal Reserve notes, which a note, by definition, is evidence of a debt. And anyone heard of national debt? Or how about income tax? All income tax does is go to pay national debt. It doesn't pay your streets. It goes to pay the national debt with the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Reserve came into act in 1913. And that's a whole story in itself. And the taxes that are generated as a result of using Federal Reserve notes, who collects that? The IRS.
Mm-hmm.
When were they started? The same year as the Federal Reserve, 1913.
You don't
But guess
see.
where the IRS is based out of, guys? Puerto Rico. It's not even an agency of the United States government. That's a whole story in itself. So we have consciousness over here in the physical realm, but the legal realm, it's completely devoid of consciousness. We have present or represented. You ever hear the term in court? You're represented, or you need an attorney to represent you? Because we're playing in the let's pretend game over here. And when you're dealing in the world of the physical, you have lawful. In the legal realm, in the world of statutes and
A representative to represent. Wow.
codes, we have legal. And again, real versus fiction, substance versus reflection. We have the real thing, the real essence of substance, or we have the thing named. And we also have the creditor, or we have a debtor, a lender or a borrower, object versus symbol, a physical body, or a paper certificate, such as a birth certificate.
Yeah, exactly, Matthew. What happens if you polish a turd? It becomes a squishy turd. Simple.
So, in essence, who you really are considered to be legally is a fiction, a concept or idea expressed as a name, a symbol that legally has no consciousness. It is a juristic person. It's in legis. It's a word written on a piece of paper. It's not you. You see, when we're dealing in real law, when there was a controversy between people in society, in like a tribe or a community, if there was a problem,
you're working with real law. You're working with a person, I suppose. That what he's saying there is like you're working with. It's not you. It's a name on a paper. You're working with a bit of paper. It's not. It's representative of you, but it's not you. Very interesting.
well, it was, someone would come up to the elders in society, and they would bring you before a committee, and they would hash it out before a committee of like the Sanhedrin. If you take it back several thousand years in the Judaic cultures, they would take you before the Sanhedrin, and you'd have to give your testimony before the Sanhedrin. Each party testifies, right? So if you look at the word testify, it comes from the word testicle, because you have to hold the males, which were the ones that functioned in commerce. The women were excluded from that. They hold on to their testicles, and if someone's caught lying, what they were holding was what they would lose. That was one of the penalties. I'm not kidding. So otherwise, it's social and political ostracism, or they can't function in commerce. They become basically a persona non grata. They don't exist. They don't function in that society. They need to move to a new location. So if we're dealing in the world of reality, in the world of spirituality, minus the particular religious construct, the concept is you're having a union between a man and a woman, typically, and you're having a union before your Creator, before your, based on your belief system, and that's all the unification you need, whether it be before a priest or a rabbi or what have you. It is your particular contract, your covenant with the person that you love. But now we take a step forward into the world of the statute system or the codified system. We have the let's pretend game. We need to get a marriage.
I know it's flat, and it's mad that when you're saying things like that, you're just saying it as terms of endearment. Like he says, I've been so blind, I've endearingly called I thought my children and others little monsters. You're saying it, like you said, endearingly, as a pet name, is something nice, and a term of endearment, like you said. But yeah, I don't think you should worry too much about that. I mean, that's you being playful with the kids. But I get what you mean. The actual meaning behind it is completely different. But in your heart, it didn't mean that. It didn't mean that, dude. So yeah. In your heart, you were doing the right thing. God sees your heart. I won't worry about that, bro.
License. You have to ask for permission to do something you would normally do based on your own accord and before your creator force or your particular religious or philosophical belief system, whatever that allowed for. But now we need to ask for permission from the man if you can have this relationship. Why? Because the whole system at large is predicated on commerce. It's now been boiled down to a business relationship. And if you...
That's what I was saying, Matthew. Here in Coventry, not where I'm from in Scotland, but here in Coventry, they say things like, it's wicked, meaning good. Yeah, man, that's well wicked, meaning good. And I still say it, sometimes saying wicked, like meaning good. It's just something that comes out. Obviously, wicked doesn't mean good, but, like I said, God knows your heart. We just got to watch our language, that's it. We're always going to fall into these things because it's been a lifetime of doing it. It's a lifetime of doing it. So it's hard.
I don't think so. I've heard Jordan say this a million times. The first person that you're not going to see is the Lord. you're going to see the attorney. Okay? And you're going to talk about who's getting what, and it becomes a matter of contract.
Yeah, right. Kids are baby goats. We call them kids. You know, that's what I'm saying. We don't mean it badly. You know, God knows, like I say, God knows our heart. He knows we're not calling them goats.
Have you seen that little kid that says,
Goat is greatest of all time, anyway.
you know, have you seen the video of the little kid that says, no, it's a effing goat?
Yeah, I think so.
I find it really funny.
You would.
I just ordered some Strepsils, Lemsip, and honey.
Well, you got a bad throat.
No, for my chest.
Yeah, but they're for throats. They're for sore throat.
Look, right. I know, but I just ordered it because I can put honey in my tea.
Yeah.
I can have cough medicine and I can eat Strepsils.
Aye. As a kid, I drank goat's milk. Well, yeah.
Nah, I had goat's milk in Greece and it is.
I've had goat's cheese. I haven't really had goat's milk. I haven't really tried it. And I didn't like goat's cheese either. It's awful.
So you have to get an application license to marry. So this is what we're operating in over here. We have a three-party marriage. Instead of just you and, your wife, I guess it could be a four-party marriage if you're still incorporating the spiritual dynamic of your
Your missus in the state, corporate, of course.
creator force. But now you have your wife and your husband and the state. And if it's an application for a benefit or permission, that permission can be revoked or denied. And then you get into this, the construct of jurisdiction. The state, if they gave you anything, they can come in and take it away or tell you what to do and how to do it. And then you basically have to live and operate under the codes that are prescribed that dominate the application for the birth certificate, etc. So, such things as application for the permission to travel freely. You got to get a driver's license. License, in essence, if you follow it, it's predicated on a system of business. Okay, I just thought that would be funny. Yeah, and the name is all caps, and we'll get into that stuff a little bit later. License is certificate or the document itself which gives permission, authority, or liberty given to.
Yeah, I did just say that actually, Matthew. Greatest of all time. It is greatest of all time. Like, because I used to think, why does Eminem get called the goat? Why does this boxer get called the goat? And I used to think it was to do with like Baphomet reasons, which it is really, you know. But yeah, greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. Acronym.
Or forebear for any act. So
yeah, baby.
Glenn said goat's milk is over $20 a gallon here. And I just looked, you can get a litre of goat's milk in Asda for £1.95.
A gallon, what? A gallon is 8 pints.
Yeah.
That's
So
still a
like,
lot of money. That's a lot of money for 8 pints.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 pints of milk. I mean, when I was a kid, 8 pints of milk would have cost what? 8 pints would have cost what, about £1.50 for 8 pints when I was a kid? Yeah. Now you barely get 2 pints for that price. Mad, isn't it?
I'm looking.
License, lie to your senses. Very good, very good.
what we're talking about here is, anyone heard of just getting up on their own free will and accord and going?
And that you need a TV license when television is television, and then lie to your senses as well. It's so mad. It's not substantiable anymore.
Somewhere because they just cared to do it, or maybe it's a necessity. You need to go somewhere to get food and survive. You have an inherent system of rights that are bestowed upon you by the Creator, that predicated on natural law principles. What goes up must come down, etc. But again, the world of Admiralty, or the guys that are considered or interested particularly in one thing, how to extract the wealth and power from the energy sources, which are the batteries that are you. Because all money in society nowadays is generated as a result of your potential and what you put into the system. Because Federal Reserve notes, they have no value whatsoever.
No value.
They're backed entirely on the full faith and credit of the U.S. population. You know, so without you backing these things up, they have no value at all. So in order for you to use this money in society, you have to get up and work every day and put something into the system. And what you reap, you'll sow. So the system cannot perpetuate itself without you. So what is the vehicle that is the courthouse? Well, the courthouse is a very fascinating thing. It's a primary facility that I like to call them chop
Got nipped to the toilet. I'll leave this on for you guys.
shops, meat grinders, or wood chippers. But these entities or institutions or systems are the primary method or modality, or one of the primary methods or modalities by which your sweat equity is extracted out of you on a consistent basis. We take it from the ground up as something petty as parking tickets. Although parking tickets aren't particularly handled in court, they can be, and we'll talk about how you do that later. But you know, parking tickets or traffic tickets, and traffic tickets and parking tickets are the #1 generators of indirect taxation or revenue in the state of California. Period. If you look at the numbers, you will be appalled. So check this out. You have a courthouse, Masonic Lodge. Looks kind of similar, right? Courthouse, Masonic Lodge. You have a courthouse, and you have a Masonic Lodge. I'm just leading you somewhere. Okay, you have a judge, you know, the Honorable Smiley, and you have his gavel, right? What is this? A Masonic gavel. So what I'm trying to say, and I'm not going to get into a big Masonic presentation here, I'm just setting you up or to inspire you all to do a little investigation as to what the system that we're operating under today.
Yeah, same thing. Masonic Lodge, courthouse look the same, pillars, all that. Also triangle, that kind of thing. And the gavel, exactly the same thing, just a hammer. Same as a, what do you call it? An auction. You use a gavel as well, don't they?
Is founded upon. Who were the founders?
Sorry, babe. Did you say something?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, all right.
Who were the founding fathers really? Were they a great bunch of guys, as we were told in our history classes? Or was there a greater plan? Was there a grand dynamic? The great work? What were they aiming to achieve? And if you do a little investigation,
Absolutely, Matthew. These videos were available, widely available in 2014, then didn't change yet. 2017 especially, when it came with the flat earth stuff and all that, with the warnings, everything got just hidden. Just hidden, taken down, hidden, whatever. You just can't find the same videos you used to be able to find, especially on YouTube. You go over to Rumble and that, you can find them, or BitChute and that, you can find them. But then if you cover them over here, you got to watch for certain parts of them. Like when I covered one from Rumble, it was fine, but certain parts of it I had to cut out.
investigation, you'll find out that it's about one thing: business. So Jordan mentioned earlier, judge rules from the bench. Okay. This is the basic derivative. Bench in Latin, banc, and bank. And the judge is a banker. And if you look at the whole legal system, how it works today, it's based on banking entirely. Now, river directs the flow of currency. We're talking again the world of admiralty. It's about, money is often referred to as currency. And again, the court system is always after our currency. The courts are set up to regulate the flow of currency and the...
Exactly. I mean, look for all your misdemeanor crimes that you get. What happens? What do they do to you? Do they send you to prison? No. They give you loads of fines. Well over what the damage you did or whatever you stole or whatever. Well over the amount that what you stole and stuff like that. You get fines. Put more money back into it. Parking fines, stuff like that. How many traffic wardens and that go about? just giving people tickets for stupid little things that they're not even doing. Oh, they were here. That car was here a minute too long in the car park. Fine, you know, he didn't get out in time. Oh, but that was because the car in front of him got stopped. No, it doesn't matter.
See what Sandro said, gavels are not used in English courts and have never been used in criminal courts. That's true.
Yeah, over here,
English
no.
and Welsh
They don't.
courts, they don't.
No, they don't know.
The entire court system as it operates today is a let's pretend game. And we'll take a look at this. The let's pretend game. Why is it that you have to file, you ever heard the term motion in court? You have to file a motion in court. Why? Because the thing doesn't exist unless you say it does. It's basically your paper soldier in the let's pretend game. You're yelling out, you're calling out to the judge, I'm filing a motion, because you're not dealing.
Yeah, gavels are not used in Scotland either. What, babe?
Sandra said, try and drop a fag end. I do all the time. And you know,
What do you mean? Try and drop a end?
Because you get done for it, don't you?
Oh, no. It's
Did
stupid.
you know that if you walk into a shop, they cannot follow you? You don't actually have to give your name or anything. Just walk off, go into the nearest shop or shopping centre and try and walk out of a different entrance. They can't make you give your name. They're only like civilians that go around giving tickets.
What are you on about, though? For what?
If you drop a fag end,
Oh, right, I see. Oh, I know, it's stupid. It's so ridiculous.
they can't follow you into a shop. And
Listen, I remember dropping it. It's just a habit, dropping a fag. And in general, if there's an ashtray there, I'll put it out there. But if I drop it, it's just bloody by mistake. It's just out of habit. I've seen old ladies walking past me and tell me to go pick that up and stuff like that. Like,
the same as like TV licenses. You don't open the door to them, there's nothing they can do.
No.
Nothing. The only thing you have to prove is you don't have BBC on your telly. Well, I don't. I'll delete it every day. After I watch what I want to watch.
I'll never pay a TV license. Never, ever, ever.
No, but they don't even have my name. But when I used to live down the road, they used to come out all the time. All the time. I got done for it once. And I got a £200 and something fine because he tried to say that MacGyver was a live TV program, and I'm like, I don't know what planet you're on, mate, but it defo went.
Yeah, get that, Marty. Marty says fines are a miniature particles from working with material, scrap resources to mind of the judges. Absolutely, but that's what they do, though. That's what they do. It's still always financial oriented. It's all money. It's not like, all right, yeah, we'll give them. Even if they do give you community service, it's like, oh, we'll give you community service and a £500 fine. You know, even though the crime wasn't fitting of a fine, it might not have been anything financial that was involved, but they'll still fine you.
But if you do get caught with no TV license, just don't answer the door, don't say nothing. They'll read you your rights if you do. And also, when they send you the court papers, you want to put your defence in there that you don't watch live TV, you don't watch BBC channels, and because I only got fined, it's meant to be like £1,000 fine. I got a £200 and something fine, and I've never had one since. So
stupid. You need a license for TV.
In the world of substance, where you're communicating with parties openly. And, stating the facts. Okay, I was injured on or about this day, and this is how I was damaged, and these are my witnesses. Now, based on the evidence I'm presenting, that guy should lose his testicles. What do you think about that? And and the other guy presents his evidence and says, well, that guy should lose his. So, and then the committee of the Sanhedrin, or your judge, or whatever your elected official that's directed to give the rule a law or balance the books, he makes the determination accordingly based on the evidence that's presented. But now we have a system of judges in our corrupt system that typically make up the laws that go along because they have a vested interest in the outcome of every court case. And I'm going to show you guys some things that's going to get the wheels turning for you. So you guys ever heard the term circuit court? Circuit court, circuit courts, energy, battery, money, banking, electricity, gross national product. It's all about energy. What happens, though, when you interrupt the flow of energy or the currency flow?
They tried that with me in magistrate's court in Coventry when I was going up to be a witness for somebody on his character. They asked me to swear on the Bible, and I said no. I will not swear on the Bible at all. It says in James 5:12, let you do not swear on anything that is heaven or on earth, but let your yes be yes, your no be no. So instead, I had to give a solemn promise, rather than swear on the Bible. Because I said no.
didn't swear on the Bible when I was under oath.
No, I will not swear on the Bible, no matter what. I will not swear on anything, not just the Bible, on anything.
I did have to practice though saying guilty because it just kept making me laugh. I did.
You break the circuit, right? Or you get charged. Okay? You get charged.
True.
That guy's wearing a black robe like a judge, by the way. So anyways. Okay, but when you go to court, or when you go to court, you're charged with counts 1, 2, and 3. And the judge is a bank. But if you look at the etymology, the concept or the term counts 1, 2, and 3 are actually accounts. Why? Because the judge sits on the bench and he's a banker. It's all about the extraction of your sweat equity, and we're proceeding forward to why. Okay, what happens when you hire an attorney to represent you? Mr. Shyster here. Again, why do you need to get an attorney? Because the whole thing is a let's pretend game, because the attorney, if you look and take an analysis of it, we're dealing with attorneys, not counselors in law, not lawyers particularly. We're dealing with an attorney that's there to represent the certificate or piece of paper, the artificial person or the natural person that cannot stand and speak for himself properly, or the presumption is so, unless you rebut it. So he's representing the artificial legal fiction, the reflection, the thing named the debtor or the borrower, because why? We're dealing in banking. You're there. Most of the court cases or lawsuits are of and pertaining to money, are they not? Why else do you go to court? All crimes are commercial. If you look at the legislation and the codes, everything boils down to a dollar value. And in fact, I have, not with me today, I have a case, the president of Tyco, he was convicted in court, and he was awarded, or the sentence was like a $25 million fine, or the end result was like $25 million fine or something like that. If he didn't pay it, he was going to jail for life. What did he do? He whipped out a check, cut it, paid it to the court, and the game was over. He didn't go spend one day in jail because it's based on bookkeeping entries, the entire thing. So if you got enough money, as most of you have an inherent understanding, if you got enough money, you're not going to jail, because you can get lots of attorneys to represent that piece of paper to make a deal with the judge or to properly represent you, such as...
Notice that people who've got money, in general, they don't go to jail. They just pay it off, don't they? Absolutely. Absolutely. If that was us who couldn't afford it, we'd go to jail. I'm not saying he was guilty of it, but just look, for instance, back in the 90s, the Jordan Chandler, Michael Jackson thing. Michael Jackson paid off, he didn't go to jail, I'm not saying he did it, I'm just saying he paid it off, didn't go to jail. Anybody else would have said somebody paid it off and must have been guilty, he deserves to go to jail, but he paid off, so he didn't have to go to jail.
OJ and get off. Okay, so when you hire an attorney, let's take a look here. An attorney occupies a dual position, which implies a dual obligation, okay? His first duty is to the courts and next to his client. So as an officer of the court, in any circumstance, he yields to whatever the judge's direction is, or his obligation to the Bar Association. Now, the Bar Association in itself is a whole other construct.
Glenn says that means... Oh, no, wrong one. That means someone is hiding behind Did he? I said Daniel Cia sometimes do things on earlier on. I did say earlier on, like I noticed in his community post that he had a picture of Diddy and TD Jakes the pastor, and he says coming soon. So he must be talking about TD Jakes as a pastor, obviously, and Diddy. So I'll cover that when he does it. It doesn't say when; it just says in the near future. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. Because that's things that do need to be covered. Terrible things like that. Especially when it comes to like Christianity in it, because TD Jakes is there, and well, he's a modalist. He's a modalist. That's for sure.
You have local bar association, multiple constructs. You have local city, county, state, etc. But if you go to a website, it's called ordotempli.org. You'll find out that all bar associations hail from the Temple Bar, which is directed at the Inns of Court, that has a direct affiliation to the Ordo Templar Militaris, which is a Knights Templar organization. And that contract, that covenant to direct all bar associations on the planet is issued through what's called a letters patent. And you guys can look up that term later, but it's a contract that's set up based on the Knights Templar. Who are those guys? Those guys are the guys that founded what's known today as our modern banking system. So, in any regard, with respect to the court, if you hire an attorney, you're called a ward of the court. You ever hear that? As an operation of law, if you hire an attorney, you're considered a ward of the court. But if you look up the definition of ward of the court, it's infants or persons of unsound mind. So how many of you guys hired an attorney and said, geez, what an idiot I was, get this guy? So if your attorney was an officer of the court and his first duty was the judge and he's giving him the secret handshake or the little sign, a little lapel pen shake, whatever the deal was with the judge, based on his payout or whatever the situation may have been, if you're convicted as a result of his lack of performance or conspiracy, you're going to prison or jail where you'd be placed in a cell. Okay? A cell.
Yeah.
A cell. But however, again, remember the concept. The whole court system, or our whole monetary system, is based on ancient esoteric principles. Your body's energy. It's a vessel. Your body's a vessel. You have blood vessels, etc. And you're traveling on the seas of commerce. Not really, because we're on land, but they superimpose the world of admiralty on us. And anyone can verify this because the Navy has surveyed all the land in the continental United States. And there's brass cap high water marks in all the local towns and counties. So they've, in a let's pretend game, they said we're underwater right now. That's why they have jurisdiction of admiralty. And it's, unless you rebut that presumption of jurisdiction or the admiralty realm, it shall reign supreme. But if you might have the opportunity to pay bail. You ever heard paying bail? Okay, you might have the opportunity.
Right, pay bail. Wow. Wow, man. Wow.
You need to pay bail if you've been placed in jail. Okay, bail. Okay, bail or bail. To bail someone out is to provide cash and get them out of prison, or more generally to help them out of a difficult situation. Well, I think going to court, period, it can be a difficult situation, especially nowadays. Especially a financial one, and we'll just go on from here. But after you pay bail, the court has concluded its sale on the high seas of commerce. You see where the etymology is going? It's just, we're dealing in admiralty, ancient Phoenician commercial law, as Jordan said. But everything you said and done, when everything's said and done in court, and you've discharged all your debts, you've paid your debt to society. How many of you heard that? Because everything is commerce, period. One of the first definitions of commerce is the exchange of ideas, concepts, philosophies, interaction, goods and services, etc. And then one of the other definitions of commerce is sexual relations. And I'm not kidding. So the byproduct of that is a commercial product where, again, you get the paper certificate and you play the let's pretend game. So ultimately, which is it? Are we talking business here? Or are we talking justice? And as Jordan would say, it's nothing personal, it's just business, like the mob says. So now we're going to get or progress further to a solution-oriented situation over here, because most people, it doesn't take a genius to figure it out that the system is not based on natural principles. It's not based on a win-win situation, that there's harmony in the universe and everyone goes home and they have enough money in their pocket, etc. But where does all the money go? Marvin Breyer, and that's a man that found out. Marvin Breyer is an I don't want to say Bank of America employee, but he worked for one of their subsidiaries, and he's a COBOL programmer.
That's true. That's true, Dylan. And they always make the whole court process take so long. They do. They do. Absolutely.
We don't pay bail here, though.
No, we don't pay bail. You either get police bail or you get bailed. You don't have to pay your bail, no. You don't pay bail. But the thing is, in the States, when you pay bail, say you're bailed at $1 million, you only have to pay 10%, don't you? You pay 100,000, yeah. I don't understand that. I don't understand setting bail at a certain price, but you only pay 10%. I don't get that. It's the same as when you go to prison. You get, like, I got 3 years. That was a 3-year sentence. But you do half of that. And if you do 4 years and over, you get 2/3 rather than half the sentence to do. Like, if you're sentenced to 3 years, I mean, yes, if you misbehave, you can lose time all the way to your sentence amount and even beyond that. But in general, you do half of it and then 2/3 if you get 4 years and over.
Don't they have to use like their house as equity and stuff like that?
I don't know. Probably.
I thought you had to have like something that covered the rest of it, so that if you skipped bail, they'd take your house or whatever.
Right. They tried to
Whereas here we don't. We have conditional, like conditions on your bail and stuff.
You used to get paid back when you showed up for court. Right. Yeah, but if we get bailed here, they get police bail, or you get bailed from court. Yeah, you don't pay your bail.
No.
And he's the guy that designed the foundational computer systems, or the code that transfers all money and etc. and balances the books at the end of each day. Well, Marvin unfortunately had a very rough situation where his daughter, her child was about to be stolen from the Department of Social Services or one of those particular agencies, and Marvin could not stand the pain to see that happen to his daughter, because his daughter in his life is everything to him. She's the capstone on his life's pyramid. Anything and everything for his daughter. So what Marvin did is he did a little homework. He tracked the money that was being raised from the court, and where all the funds and all the money that he was paying into the court system for fines or just court docket filings, all going into slush funds, guys, without exception. Marvin, by the way, has been in Insight Magazine about 6 times. He's been in the LA Times. If you just type in Marvin Breyer on the internet, you'll see tons and tons of articles on him. And he's a personal associate of mine, and I've been fortunate enough to get in with him to understand how he does what he does, how to crack the matrix, how to break through and understand how to get to these guys where it hurts, the money. So if you track the funds that are paid to the court, without exception, at least we haven't found one. And certainly we wouldn't be arrogant enough to say that it's not entirely possible that it might go to the proper directory where the funds are supposed to be appropriated. But the funds are going into different accounts as opposed to where they're mandated by legislature. Instead, they go into private accounts associated with the Judges Association. However, it's really interesting about what the Judges Associations are. And you can look at any court system in America.
Hey, Vlad, how you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. About to crack 400. I wish. I tell you what, dude. It's after I did my 300 sub special, it took no time to get 370. But once I got to 375 to 379, they did not let me get out of that 370 for weeks. And then I hit 381 the other day, lost one, and I've stayed at 380 for a couple of days. Good to see you, bro. And it's good to get my channel back. It should. All I can say to that is justified. All they achieved, like Vlad, was getting me off my butt to make a backup channel. That's it. It does come in waves, dude. It does. I've noticed that before. It does. Bless, bro. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Namely, we like to particularly look at Los Angeles because a lot of us are originally from there, done a lot of investigation over there. But the Judges Association, if you talk to them, try to find out who they are, they're allegedly a tax-exempt organization.
I dare say most people in here are sub to Ironworks, Vlad's channel, but if you're not, go sub to him, man. Go sub. Put your link in. Anyway, you put his link in. Maybe he can put his link in anyway, but put his link in. So, but I dare say everybody here is sub. But for people watching in the future, sub to Vlad, man. Sub to Vlad. People watching the replay chat, you can still click the link.
However, they're not registered at all with the IRS. Period. They fall under a 508 category. And I'm not a super huge tax guru, so I'm not going to get into the codifications. However, the IRS turns a complete blind eye to the fact that they haven't properly registered, but they're amassing tons of these funds. Okay? So, but you'll find out why. You go to tax court, or you go to court.
Thanks, babe. There's Vlad's link there, guys. If you're not subbed, go sub, man. His channel's excellent. I'm sure it's just a pain in the butt. Then Vlad's on. It's my sleeping time. I'm like, it solves when Sov and Vlad's on. I never get to go live. I've been on Sov's live a couple of times when I've been awake and I can't sleep. But when they're on, I never catch them live because it's my sleeping time. It's a pain in the butt. But I will try and catch you live one day, dude. Definitely. I mean, I have seen you live before. I've been there live before, but I've never been in the chat. You know, I'll have to get over there when it's live. But one night when I can't sleep. There's his latest video. Nice one, dude. Nice one. Cool.
How long's left?
Actually, I am on this one. 10 minutes left on this video, but I'll play Vlad's video after this because it's only 6 minutes long. So we'll play it. What's really going on off the Cali coast? Yeah, man, we'll play that next. We can play that. It's only a 6 minute, right? So we'll play that next. Anyway, yeah, I'll get this one done, babe, because it's only got 10 minutes. Why are you going for a sleep? Babe. Babe.
What?
I said, why are you going for a sleep?
I'm tired and I got a stream at 11 o'clock tonight.
I know. No. Not you, Vlad. I said, not you, Vlad. I said, babe, as in Vicky.
Roger. What did you mean? Might be too late for you. Already turned or something.
Already turned. Yeah, I don't know what you meant by that. I don't know.
I've not got a clue what you meant in my life.
Good to see you, Roger. Good to see you. Right, let's go. Links at the top, dude.
Based on willful failure to file, or you're not paying your fair share, etc. Why you bring in proper?
No pros, dude. I'm sure you don't want me calling you babe anyway, man.
Bit weird.
Proper legal arguments or issues as a matter of law, and they throw you into the wood chipper. Why? Because they're all working in harmony together, in concert. Okay, so the Judges Association, what do these guys do? They raise bonds. They create debt without taxpayer approval. Okay, and I'll explain to you guys how this information was found out. Primarily, paying checks. Marvin never uses cash or credit card to pay for anything at the courthouse. He always uses.
Like I said a couple of minutes ago, Vlad. Yeah, there's a guy called Daniel C that I cover now and again. Brilliant to say a load of good stuff. No calling out certain Christian pastors, not alleged Christian pastors and stuff. But he's doing something on Diddy and TD Jakes soon. You know, like the rapper Diddy and TD Jakes. So I will be covering that soon, which will be interesting, definitely. So yeah, it just reminded me in that because me calling you babe thing. I thought we're not a Diddy situation here, like, you know.
We'll have no baby oil.
I will be covering the Diddy thing as soon as he does it. I'll do it, man, because that needs to be covered.
Mr. Ledwell,
Hello.
what did you mean you've already turned?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still trying to put that together. What did
In
I
my
turn?
live chat, Roger.
Oh, I know what it is, but I got to look at it again.
I'm me.
Exactly. Did he and Diddy face? Exactly, bro. Exactly right, bro.
Diddy did do what he did, and he's done.
Did he?
Yeah, he
Yes,
did
he did. Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
yeah. That'll do. That'll do.
Is it Diddy, Daddy, Puffy, Puff?
Diddy done.
What is it?
Dom diddy do, diddy dum diddy do.
No, he tried to change his name to Love
Oh, he did at one point. He did. He did actually
Yeah.
change it at one point.
because his daughter's called Love, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. But that man is so far from love. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't understand it.
Roger, you said it might be too late for me. I have already turned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what did it say above in the comments? Somebody said
doesn't.
something about nobody else.
No, you're the only one. You're the only one that commented.
Somebody said something about turning on it. I can't remember.
I thought it meant you were going to bed, but it's afternoon for you, so you'll be at work.
I looked and I was really confused, and I said to PJ, and he went, "Oh, it means he's gone to bed." And I'm like, "No, it's like afternoon for Roger when I'm on."
So I'm probably talking about then at the moment. Let's see.
We've got 7 hours.
Right, let's do it.
A check, and once a check is negotiated or processed, on the back of the check it has all the routing numbers. Okay, the routing numbers and usually a phone number, so you can call and find out who it is. Otherwise, you can use something called the Public Records Act. I don't care what state you're in; everyone has a Public Records Act. And in some cases, if you're dealing on a federal level, you can do it under Freedom of Information. Now, under Public Records Act requests, in California and Hawaii and other states, I'm sure it's across the board, it's the same. If they fail to answer...
Tell you what, well done though, Vlad. 721 subs. Last time I looked at your sub count, but that I noticed it, probably a couple of weeks ago, you were on 600 odd. Fair play to you, bro. Fair play. Growing well.
Nice.
Growing well.
It's a $1,000 fine. So it's all about how you put it on a piece of paper. But the law is created for your benefit in the event, at least we would like to think, it's created for our benefit, that there is a particular check and balance, but they tuck it away or they hide it away in codes. Well, what are codes? By definition, they're something that's used to hide something. The military uses codes all the time to hide their communications, etc. So the money that is paid to the Judges Association is used to pay off anonymous bonds. Okay? The anonymous bonds are issued through Merrill Lynch and other associations, but Merrill Lynch is the primary bad guy. And we have paperwork that demonstrates this. Marvin got a judge thrown in jail and some prosecuting attorneys, and there's more on the way. Because, you know, you ever heard of judicial immunity? Well, guess what? You don't sue the judge, you sue his association. Or you find the evidence of the wrongdoing through Public Records Act requests, so you trace the money on the check. And then you present the data to the grand jury, and they got to investigate it. And then they got a problem. So, as a result, Credit Suisse and Bank of America are the primary underwriters on those bonds. And a company by...
I know, Vlad. Jermaine, this is when he first ever came on this channel months ago. That's the first thing I did. Laugh.
I thought, no offense, Jim, but when I first seen Jim, I thought he was just a troll. But he's not.
Because of the name.
Aye.
He thought he was a troll. Yeah, I thought it was so funny. But soon enough, within that same day, she would have like, no, he's definitely not a troll.
Oh no, Jim sound. He's the best anus, isn't he? He's
Oh,
everyone's
yeah.
favourite anus.
Everybody's favourite butt, definitely.
Aye.
He's always the butts of the group.
No, but he's got some of the He's got some of the best birds in town now. They're awesome.
Oh, definitely. We'll be
Oh,
showing
yeah.
some of his observations at the end. I don't know if he's got any. Hold on, has he got any new pigeon ones? No, he's got some new moon ones and that up there. Or re-edits. Oh, that's cool. We'll watch some of his re-edits. But I can easily put some of the pigeon ones on again. Definitely. We'll do one done. Then we'll do 5 to 6 minute video. Then we'll do some of Jim's, and then the music play out. Yeah, babe.
I'm not going for a nap.
You're not.
No.
Fair
He's
play.
having too much fun, dude.
I'm just gonna drink caffeine
No doubt.
and stay awake, and then maybe later I'll be.
But this has been interesting. This has been a learning curve for me because this is me just really getting into it. I've known the basics, slight basics, not, but like we'll use put in chat, Sandro, a load of the other guys as well. Can't remember names off the top of my head about this topic. It's been enlightening to me. So yeah, I will be carrying on with this topic at some point. Not straight off by tomorrow. We'll play that other video that Dorian put in another day. But I've definitely got it in my save what save to watch later is. So yeah, it's been enlightening. Today.
Roger,
Not illuminating. I'm not going to say illuminating. What?
Roger, have you got work later?
No, I'm off today. It's my day off.
So Roger can be on the stream.
Ooh.
Yes, Sandra knows what he's talking about in this topic, definitely.
You can ask Ryan questions.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's it.
Give him a third degree. Yeah,
Got to keep him on track though, because he'll just go somewhere else.
yeah, I know. We'll be there all day long, dude.
Yeah, but to be fair, I can't say anything because half the time I'm as bad as Ryan.
Yeah, but you're heading for 2 hours, remember? You give him the time of 2 hours, that's what he heads
He
for.
said an hour.
No, that means 2 hours.
No, he said he's aiming for an hour.
Yeah, you're aiming for an hour because that'll take 2 hours, that's why.
But whoever wants to do their testimony, let me know. Let me know.
We certainly will, young lady. Yeah, we'll let you know.
I want to do Keith's. I want Keith to do his testimony.
It's Enos, man. Enos. He's funny.
By the name of DTC, it's called Department of Trust Corporation, controls the bonds. But guess what? DTC.
I tell you what, I still rolling that over my mind. I wish I could play the fight tomorrow night with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. I wish I could play it and comment on it. There's a lot of channels out there that will play the fight and talk to you live and commentate on it, but obviously you can't see it. I would do that, but I'm not a commentator. I would get too engrossed in the fight to be talking. So yeah, it's just a pity we couldn't cover it. What, babe?
I bet you're glad I paid for the Netflix, ain't ya?
I am glad you paid for Netflix because I'll be watching it. I just want Jake Paul to be knocked out. That's all. I just want him to be knocked out. I just want Mike Tyson to knock Jake Paul out. I just really hope it's a real fight. It's not a mess about. I mean, look at that slap. He slapped him at the start of the stream. I played the slap that he slapped him, and that was a real slap. That was a real slap. I wasn't messing about. And they are pals. They are friends in real life. So you know.
I will not be watching it.
Tyson, he's got that look in his eye. So I can't see it. I can't see them playing it out as a exhibition.
Mr.
Because it's
Rayner.
actually on the cards. It's on the cards. It's a bout. It goes on his record. It goes on both the records.
Mr. Anus wants to know if Vlad has subbed to him yet. I don't know, Jim Anus, but you've got more subs than me. And do you know what?
Yeah, no, your subs are good. Let's put your link in then. Put your link in.
Vlad is subbed to me, and Brian Stavely is subbed to me.
I know. I remember when Brian came in one day. Vicky was like, she got starstruck. It's like because she wasn't expecting them to be there to sub to her.
Like he's got thousands of subs, and he come and sub to my little channel. I was like, what? What's going on?
I know. No idea. Anyway, that's Jim's link there. There you go. It's sub now. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, Jim gets Jim hasn't even said one. All of his videos got a lot of videos. Vlad. Not one word has he said in them. Not one word. He hasn't said anything, and he's got all them subs. It's crazy. He's brilliant. He's brilliant. He hasn't said one word in any other videos, but he's got them subs. That's
It caused a bit of a stir as well, didn't he? There was uproar about Mr. Anus.
Who? What?
Mikey Smith. Remember the uproar about
Oh
Mr.
yeah,
Anus
I know.
and his observations,
I
and
know.
it just made us push his channel even more. And now he's smashing it.
Absolutely, love it, love it. Anyway, let's go.
Is ran by the Federal Reserve board members. Okay? If you take a look at who's on the payroll, it's
one of his Saturn observations have got thousands of views. Thousands, isn't it? I think it was a Saturn one. I'm not sure. But it's got thousands of views.
all a complex matrix.
Sorry, Roger.
I got an email yesterday. Not email, but no, I got a DM from Steel, and he wanted
from who?
His videos on my channel.
Who?
My Sea Lightning. Sea Lightning.
Oh, Sea Lightning wants to put his videos in your channel.
No, Mikey's videos. He represents Mikey most of the time.
Oh, I know. He stopped coming to me since I did that video, since I did that reaction video to Mikey. He stopped coming over. Mikey said to me, "I don't want enemies." I says, "I'm not your enemy. I was calling out the truth. You were acting full of pride, acting like a numpty, talking against all us other flat earthers. I'm calling it out. I said, I'm doing one stream on you. That's it. I'm not your enemy, dude. I'm not your enemy." And see, like, if you don't sub to me, then fine. But we used to be cool. But if you unsub to me just because of the Mikey thing, it's fine. Listen, Mikey could come over here if he wanted. I'd be fine with him. I told me and Michael Khan did that reaction, that stream about him to call out his crap. That was it. And I said to him, go and look at your stream. If you don't cringe at yourself, Mikey, then there's something wrong. Now he's back on now. He hasn't said, I don't know if he's saying stuff against us or anything like that. But it's fine. Mikey's welcome over here. He's welcome anytime. As long as he doesn't go on with his crap. It's simple as that.
Yeah, there was no need for it though. Multiple lives about it, videos about, because we were all promoting Jim's channel. Look, if we don't promote each other, then what's the point?
Exactly.
Just because someone got butthurt and jealous over it.
Yeah.
Yep. We're all good, I think, personally. I don't have a problem with any of them.
Anyway,
but when you start talking like that,
exactly.
Nonsense, man.
Come on, signal, go back up. It's the first time the signal's gone down.
See what Vlad said.
Let's see if it goes back up. If not, then I'll refresh.
Vlad said anytime I watch a vid of myself, I try and hide. Do you know what? I hate listening to myself. I hate it. I do.
We love listening to you, Vicky.
Where do you go? Rod.
Vicky, you're roboting.
He's left us again. I think he's...
Did he?
Oh, am I?
Right. Yeah, I told you I was refreshing.
And then I roboted.
Whoa.
59. There we go. Oh, dear.
So you trace the money on the check, and then you present the data to the grand jury, and they got to investigate it. And then they got a problem. So, as a result, Credit Suisse and Bank of America are the primary underwriters on those bonds. And a company by the name of DTC, it's called Department of Trust Corporation, controls the bonds. But guess what? DTC is ran by the Federal Reserve board members. Okay? If you take a look at who's on the payroll.
Hey, boy, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man.
It's all a complex matrix. And how do they want you to pay? You're not using gold or silver to pay at the courts. I've tried to pay them. They don't take the stuff. I've tried to use all kinds of stuff at the courts, guys. But they want that Federal Reserve note product, a private product that's set up under a sham situation, 1913, set up the same time as the IRS, 1913, and there's some other agencies which I won't mention that were set up in 1913.
Coincidence? I think not.
1913 too, which is a little kooky. I'll tell you later. So I like to call these things Anani bonds. The interest on the Anani bonds is paid through the court fees, fines, and restitution, and along with forfeitures. So when you get convicted, in a traffic ticket matter, not only do you pay, let's say it's $100. Usually there's a statutory limit on traffic tickets. But what do they do to create more revenue? They give you what's called a penalty assessment. And last time I checked that I was in court was 170% penalty assessment. So you pay an additional 170% on the top of the $500 fine for traveling down the right.
Oh, if Jim says there's a surprise in there for you, I would look for a video. I would look for a video with your name on it somewhere. I would look for a video with your name on it.
Down the highway, or on the high seas, as they would call it, etc. So the credit rating of the anonymous bonds that are issued by Merrill Lynch in association with Bank of America and Depository Trust Corporation, in association with the Federal Reserve, who is in association with the IRS, based out of Puerto Rico, is all based. The credit.
Hey, Alan Northstrand, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, bro.
Ratings perform.
Say again.
I said morning.
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 Top of the morning to you.
Evening.
It's based on or determined by the courts or the banking business ability to arrest, prosecute, and convict, or with respect to civil matters, litigate. So what we have here is a perpetual meat grinder that's feeding off itself. It's infinite because it's a system that is endlessly perpetuating itself, and the more you use Federal Reserve notes, the more there's national debt, the more money that needs to be paid to the IRS. But let's take a further look at what the bonds are for. The bonds, the finance payment to contractors for the building of more courthouses. Okay, so what I'm saying is it's perpetual. They do more than courthouses, but that's the principal amount.
And isn't it right? Doesn't it just exactly look like a Masonic lodge? Exactly like a Masonic lodge. Probably is a Masonic lodge.
Where they're doing this thing, it looks like a Masonic lodge. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, they're all, they're probably all in concert. Not even probably. I mean, the buildings look the same even. So, but they also build things as post offices. Now, interestingly, in the city of Van Nuys, the Van Nuys courthouse, Marvin Breyer found out that the courthouse, the entire courthouse, was bought for $5 by a judge. And Marvin, by the way, has disqualified basically the entire bench. There's no judge that can't hear Marvin's case, because what he does is he uses Public Records Act requests, FOIA, and he also goes down to the local library and pulls the judge's statement of economic interests. Once a judge becomes a judge, they have to give their entire profile, where their money is going, and they might have some stuff offshore and etc. that you might not be able to find. But for the most part, the way he creams these guys is he finds out, okay, who's this guy ruled on? He'll pull their whole case history, how many cases he's ruled on, and he'll see, well, he ruled on.
Is that where they come from? Van Nuys, California is where they used to produce blue movies and sell them. Got you. Got you. I hate that. I don't understand even how. I mean, yes, I know people like porn, but I just don't get it. Don't get it. To me, it's just so degrading. It's disgusting. I'm prude like that. But to me, it's disgusting.
On a case dealing with
Be flying over UK on Monday, will you? Or just flying over Scotland? Well, I live in England, but if you fly over Scotland, you're flying over the UK because you can't miss it. It's that small if you're flying over it. In perspective, you'll be able to do it with your thumb and forefinger.
Oh God!
You're like that. Oh, yeah. UK's only that size. That you won't see any curve. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, you won't.
McDonald's, and he owns stock in McDonald's. So he reverses entire court cases or kicks judges off because there's a conflict of interest. So it's all based on money, conflict of interest, And he also finds out through Freedom of Information, or namely Public Records Act.
Are you off back to Denmark? So you're coming from, okay, I can see why you're crossing. Yeah, got you. So you're crossing right across the pond, over the UK, over to Denmark. Straight line. Just a straight line all the way there, dude. Yeah.
But they're probably going horizontal too, maybe.
Yeah, maybe slightly, ever so slightly, yeah.
All the way.
In one instance, he found out the judge had a brain tumor, and but he's still making all these decisions off the bench. He walks right into court, especially when he's powered up about their conflicts of interest or he's tracked the check. What he does is he'll buy like one page of the docket, costs $1. The next day he'll go back and buy another page of the docket. And what'll happen is none of the checks that he's using to reflect pages of the docket being bought are not showing up when he has all the invoices reflecting that he's purchased the stuff. So, and then he tracks the money, finds out that it's going to the Judges Association, etc., and he generates more conflicts of interest. And what Marvin will do is he'll go into someone else's court case. Say your court case was litigated on like 6 months ago, and you already got the book thrown at you. He'll go in and buy a page of your docket and track where the money goes, and finds out that it went to the Judges Association, and he'll file a complaint against the judge, and he can get your whole case reversed based on conflict of interest. The judge is going to jail, and your case is reversed non-pro-tunc, as if it never happened. So, but the principle that the reason why I'm trying to
Hey, for Jack, it's good to see you, bro. Welcome, man. Welcome.
Present this information because these guys have inherent weaknesses. And our system, and I believe in the concept of law as agreement between the parties based on natural law principles. Whether you look at the Bible or any particular belief system, there's common natural law principles that if most people never violated, we never have a particular problem. So in any regards, you hit them where it hurts, and it's the money. Because anytime these guys are fooling with money, they have a bad habit. And it's usually as a result of their misappropriation of funds. And you guys want proof? Here's a sample of the couple of checks that were cut from the Judges Association. This one is, only $71.60, but we have others that range from several thousand. And but it doesn't take five.
What, babe?
Alan's in chat. Alan.
Oh, they said hello to Alan about 10 minutes ago.
I know.
I was in the
She's
kitchen.
behind.
I was in the kitchen.
All right.
He's heading back to Denmark.
I know.
Alan, at what point are you just going to buy yourself a plane?
Buy yourself a plane.
Like the travelling that man does. I don't know anybody that travels as much as Alan.
Get yourself an amphibious car.
He's like 007.
Might as well buy a plane.
He's all over the place. He might as well. He's always in either the States, Denmark, Italy. Why not, man? I like it when he goes to Italy, man. He does his lives, and we get to see it live. You get to see Italy, the nice weather, nice scenery, and all that live.
Yeah. I know, because he's on like closer to our time.
You know what Alan does in his spare time? He's a troll hunter, man.
No, Alan trains to fight Sean Hawkins in the
Yeah, of course. He's continually training. In fact, he's got to take years of training to be able to beat Sean Hawkins. Of course, he's still training
Alan,
now.
you should.
So, PJ, right quick.
Yeah.
Are you pulling for Tyson in the fight?
Yeah.
Be honest.
Yeah. I want Tyson to win. Yeah, absolutely. I want Tyson to win. I used to hate Tyson, but now since he got older, he's a different guy. Philosophically, he's pretty cool. I don't like the fact that he's Islamic, but I don't think he follows it too much. I think he's only Islamic because Muhammad Ali was, and Muhammad Ali was his hero. I think that's the only reason he's with Islam. But he's calmed down a lot since he's got his own weed company and all that kind of stuff. He's calmed down a lot. He's not smoking while he's training. He's got the eye of the tiger kind of back. Yes, I want him to win. I want him to beat Jake Paul. Jake Paul's become an okay fighter, but he's still too big for his boots, and he's come from nowhere to be this professional fighter. That he's got the heart for money, and that's why he wants to be a professional fighter, not because he wants to really. I mean, he does want to beat Mike Tyson, but They are friends in real life. Mike Tyson's a fighter. Jake Paul's a manufactured fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Everybody loved Ali though. Although everybody like didn't say it, everybody loved that man as a fighter.
Yeah,
He was
absolutely,
good.
absolutely. Yeah, it helped him keep focus. Yeah. But I don't think he's I don't think he doesn't. There's no way. I don't think Mike Tyson gets on the floor 5 times a day and prays to the east and stuff like that. I really don't. I think it's a philosophy for him, isn't it?
Yeah, we have people I work at Walmart that do that daily.
Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
They're allowed to. Yeah,
the shop around the corner here that I go to get tobacco and that from. He'll be praying. The shop people will be waiting outside because he'll be praying in the shop and lock the door, and you can see him doing his. And then he goes behind the counter and swears and talks about women and all that stuff. I'm like, you're just great, dude. You know, it just shows what the religion's like. It's so religious to watch it. They have to do it, but yet in their actions, totally different.
Nah, they're just like us. Seriously.
Exactly.
71. But we have some that are got a couple extra zeros on there. But the whole point is, all it takes is 1 cent to be misappropriated for the guy to go to jail. Yeah. My stepmother used to work for a judge in a courthouse, and they couldn't even make a photocopy of something for anything other than what was required.
Yeah, he'll be 58 when he was 57 when he started training, just turned 58 when he fights. I think, hold on, when is his birthday? Let me just check. I think he's just had his birthday. 26. Right. But he's just turned 58. If not, then he's still 57. Yeah, June. That is the June he turned 58. Yeah, that ever June. So he started training when he was 57, but he's 58 now. Now he's about a month or so ago. A couple of months ago, sorry. Yeah, 58, man.
For their particular office. Otherwise, it was considered a misappropriation of funds, and if it was a felony. So 1 cent is all you need. So this is an example of Marvin's slush funds. If you guys do a Google search, you'll find endless articles about Marvin and what he's been able to do.
I just want to be I think as well, because I'm like Mike Tyson's 10 years older than me, but I think as well because I'm getting older, I just want Jake Paul's in his 20s. I just want it to be proved that the last thing to go is your power, and not always when you're 58 you're down and out and you can't keep up. Yes, you can't run about, you can't do a marathon like you used to or whatever. You can't sprint like you used to. But I just want him to show that just because he's 58, it doesn't mean to say that the young people can always keep up with a 58-year-old. It's not true. Not true. I just want, if he runs around that ring, Mike Tyson will get tired because of age. Mike Tyson catches him. He's got no chance. He's got no chance. I don't think Jake Paul's got a chance if he stands toe-to-toe. At all. He has to run around the ring. Yes, and Mike is a professional at cutting off the ring. He's professional. And with his bob and weave, his peekaboo style is a young man style. But he can still do it. Definitely. I just wanted to be showing that not always. Just because you get older, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean to say you're not as good as you used to be all the time. Anyway,
yeah, in my house when I was growing up, everybody was a Foreman fan because George Foreman was a Christian man, so that's what my dad liked.
Yeah, but he wasn't when he was fighting Mike Tyson. When he fought Muhammad Ali, he wasn't a Christian then. He wasn't a Christian till afterwards. Till after that, he had as much pride as Muhammad Ali did back then. At that point, I like Muhammad Ali. I just didn't like his using Islam back. And I don't like cocky people, but Muhammad Ali, I loved him. I really did. I think it's because my dad loved him, and my first boxing documentary I watched was Muhammad Ali. But then I started watching older boxing, Jack Johnson, Jack Dempsey, not Jack Johnson, Johnson, and then the Brown Bomber, Louis.
Did you like Rocky?
Jack Dempsey. Rocky's my favorite, mate. Sylvester Stallone's my favorite boxer.
No, Rocky Marciano.
I know. I know. Joe Louis was good. Yeah, Brand Bomber. Brilliant, man.
Right.
Brilliant. And
I gotta watch.
Rocky Marciano loved that guy. And when they had to fight, Rocky Marciano beat Joe Louis, but he hated doing it. He didn't want to beat him. He didn't. He would have loved to have lost that fight, I think.
Yeah.
So, Rocky Marciano, that was his favorite dude. No, Louis.
That man could take a punch, though. I can tell you, he was made out of steel.
Oh, dude, he's the lightest ever heavyweight that's undefeated. And look at Mike Tyson. He's a small heavyweight. He's a small heavyweight. 5'10", 5'11", maybe my height. But that's small for a heavyweight. He's light for a heavyweight as well. He's tough.
This is the end of the basic essence of my presentation, but I'm going to talk to you guys more in detail about how to do Public Records Act requests. But in relation to the PowerPoint, as in the words of Jordan Maxwell, you better go back and do your homework.
There we go. Finished like that.
Nice.
Remove due to damage. Bummer. Okay. Oh well. The next time we do this topic, we'll do that video Dorian sent us. What is it called again? Deep in the Water, Maritime Admiralty, UCC, from 6 years ago. We'll do that one. It's a 26-minute video.
It's a good video. I like it.
Yeah, we'll do that one next. But in the meantime, before we go into Jim's observations, we will play Vlad's video. Where is it? There it is. What's really going off? What's really going off with off the Cali coast? Sorry, have I liked it? Yeah, liked it. Big it and stream it
for a little bit. So I wanted to refer to one of my old videos, video number 84, and discuss something. I wanted to show you something, and maybe you guys could take a look at these somethings for yourself. So let's kick it for a little bit. Check this out.
And I need to invest in a for real camera, man, because this camera phone thing just ain't happening really.
Oh, just so you know, I'm investigating, what was at one time considered the island of California. Just looking into it, and I was bored this morning, so I just wanted to take a look at one of my old videos, specifically this one. Off the coast of California.
I was bored this morning. It's as good a reason to do it as any. Why not? Why not? Too right, man. Too right. If there's something on your mind to do, do it. Do it. If you get bored, why not?
Is a feature, right? And I wanted to take a look at it because, and it brought me back to this video. And I'll show you here in a second why right now I think it's a big deal. Check it out.
Either way, this right here is called California, right?
Okay, let's fast forward.
The coast
I'm talking
funny for one or two reasons. Well, one reason
I'm talking
you
mess.
could see, right,
Island of
as an
California.
island these days. We have California.
Okay, you guys could refer to that video anytime you want, but I just wanted to talk about this. Come on, move it along, man. Come on.
The west of the coast to coast area, some crazy feature off the coast in the water of California, and it's here. I know it's here. I know it's around there, and I remember it being around Malibu, right? Yep, there it is. There it is, like clockwork. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
All right, now take a look at this, y'all. You see how clear it is and everything else? Take a look and just use your points of reference. You've got Point Magoo. You've got Point Wanimi, I think is further north, right outside of Malibu.
There it is. Yeah. If you look right here, it's some crazy feature.
You see that?
Right? Looks like something with pillars and everything else right there.
Dude, yeah, and I was looking at the lot. It's wow, that's mental. I've never known. I didn't know about this. That's crazy.
You haven't seen this before? That's
no.
I got one word for you: blood. FLOOD.
Oh, yeah,
Flood.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely, bro.
Go ahead, and there goes the coordinates. I dropped the pin. We'll move that.
All
You
right.
guys can see it right there. If you need to pause it, you put those coordinates right there where I've added that pin, where I put that pin, and then you'll find it yourselves as well.
So 33.99 negative 119. Another 33 feature. I just
No doubt.
you can't make this stuff up.
No doubt. It would have to be 33,999. It would have
Of course.
to be. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
But take a look at this. I'm talking shit. Take a look at this.
Hey, Flat, it's good to see you, bro. How you doing, man? How you doing?
So here I am, Google Earth, right? And I'm going to look for this thing. So here we are one more time, right?
Hold on a minute. Vlad's changed his view, so let me change the view so you can see the full lot. Hold on, no, I still right. No, what I'll do, I'd rather it be big and just get rid of us.
Yeah, better.
Let's do it that way. Let's do it that way. Take it back ever so slightly. So we've got it from. Yeah, right.
So here I am,
Hold on.
Google Earth, right? 399 negative 119. Another 33 feature. I just you can't make this stuff up. But take a look at this. I'm talking shit. Take a look.
That's why I have to come in and change the orientation.
Oh, whoa.
How you doing? You good, Flash?
Hello.
Good evening. How's it going?
Good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
Is Flat deal with it? That's wonderful. That's
Flat
nice.
We're just finishing off. We're just finished off with Vlad's video. It's 6 minutes long. Then a couple of Jimenez's things. Then a couple of music things. Then we're off. But yeah, looking forward to yours tonight, bro. Oh, yeah. Let's play.
Woo.
Look at this.
I'm glad I at least caught
So
the end
here
of
I
this
am.
stream.
Yeah,
I'm always missing it these days.
well, you were at work. You were at work.
I'm barely catching it.
Google Earth, right? And I'm going to look for this thing. So here we are one more time, right? Thousand Oaks, Port Hueneme. And I'm looking for this thing. I think it's around here. It's around here. Blocked off. You can't find it no more.
I was going to say, yeah, Ironworks, I can't comment in the comments, but QNF wants everybody to be enemies with me. The guy's a clown.
Oh, yes.
Where do you sign up for this enemy club at? That's what I want to know.
So you can't no longer see this thing anymore. Wow.
It sunk or got flooded, probably. I'm thinking.
You can't find it no more. It's not here. This is Google Earth. So then I'm like, all right, maybe my phone isn't catching up with it. But all of this is blocked off. All of that is blocked off.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, what the hell? So I'm like, maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm just tripping. And then so I go to my my Google Maps, right? And I'm like, okay, my Google Earth is tripping. So maybe if I go to Google Maps, and it's the same thing. Look at this.
No danger.
Pin dropped. 33,119. But we'll take it, and right there it is, right outside Point Magoo, right? 33.99. And all the other stuff are just, those fine movements to where the coordinates will change. But 33 negative 119. Again, right there.
No.
But it's blocked off. But look at this name. Look at the name somebody.
Underwater base.
Weird.
Not conspicuous at all.
No, not so. What did it look like before? And before it looked like it had some kind of pillars or something.
I don't know.
Well, sorry, I got to go. I'll see you guys just now. Enjoy the rest
All
of
right.
the stream.
All right. See you
Cheers.
later.
Cheers.
Nice one for dropping in, dude. Bless you, man.
Underwater base. This is not the name that I gave it. Somebody did. Underwater base, but let's go there. Let's see where it brings us. Underwater base. Okay. I did not translate it. Question. Okay, Tim Ali. I don't know what that question means.
Oh, I will keep watching, no problem. Because I mean, I did see that flat part, that big egg shaped part at the start. Is that what it was? That egg? Because I did see that. I did already see that at the start. But that's craziness.
Censored the location. Google Maps censored. Here's a picture of the underwater alien base. Underwater alien base. I'm like, oh my goodness. So people already have a handle on this thing. And it's not like I'm tripping or we're tripping and it wasn't there. This thing was there. And there it is. Like clockwork.
Yeah, that's what I already
But they removed.
I did already see that. I was thinking it was something else because, like, I was thinking, oh, right. I just thinking because I thought I heard someone say pillars. I thought it was the egg thing I seen, egg shaped thing I seen. But that's crazy.
It is weird.
And now it's gone. Wow.
Moved it. Why? There it is again. I guess you could say in finer detail. There it is.
Wow.
But now we see this is what we got. This smudged up picture or the smudged up image of this underwater feature, whatever it is, a base, I don't know. But they even gave it a name, underwater base. And that's what it stands at right now. Anyway, family, that's all I got. Let me know what you think about that. I just think it's really strange. Plus, also, I hadn't made a video in a while. But one another tonight, Flat Earth Friday. Let's do it right. And just that. Anyway, family, I love you. Wish you nothing but the best. Health, wealth, love.
Nice one, Glide. Excellent video, bro.
I changed my mind. I'm going for a nap.
Oh, yeah, I know that. There we go. Oh,
Love
good.
you.
Love you too, baby. I'll put you
Bye.
Later, baby.
What?
I'll phone you soon.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Yeah, nice one for that, Vlad. Bless you, man. I just took I did too. And that, I know you put it in there, but there's a link for people if you want to go and watch it and give it a view as well yourself. Nice one, Vlad. Excellent, bro. Excellent. How did you come across that though? I mean, that's excellent, man. Wow. Wow. Right.
It don't take a whole lot. You dig deep enough, you'll find a lot of crap, dude.
That's it. Let's change the brand because we're going to see some of Jim's.
Is that Jim's link in there?
Say again.
That's Jim's link.
That's Vlad's link for that video.
Aye.
Put Jim's link in if you want, yeah. I did put it in there, but let's see it.
I have Jim's link. Don't worry about it. I thought you were putting Jim's link.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought you were saying about. I heard it. 2 seconds. This Vlad now. Hey, Vlad, how you doing, bro?
Hey, PJ, Roger, what's going on, family? What's happening, y'all? It's good to see you.
Yeah. It's a good morning over here. That's all it is, man.
Right? And I know it's starting to get late as hell on PJ's end of things, so I'll be quick about it. So that video that you just put in there, the way I found those coordinates was I just saw it on Coast to Coast, like back in like 2006 or something like that. This is ages ago, right? And then I referred back to it because I was like, well, I hadn't heard nobody talk about it. So that's when I made video number 84, because I was talking about how California, according to that map, looked like an island, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so I just thought it was strange. So then I did the video 84. I went back to it this morning. I had nothing else to do, so I did. And then when I did, I noticed it was gone. They smudged it out. And I was like, holy moly. I was like, maybe it's someplace else. But I was like, no, this is where it's at. They just smudged it out. So other people, thank God, went ahead and took pictures of it. I made the video of it. And you see that it's smudged out. But this is what I think. This is what I think. I could be wrong. Lord knows. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Salt Lake City, Utah.
I know of it. I'm not from. I've never
Okay.
been there. Obviously,
I've been
Yeah,
there.
so it's so you've been there. Okay, so yeah, Roger, you've been there. You probably a little bit close to it, but definitely closer to it than I am over in Virginia. But seeing Salt Lake City, it's a Salt Lake. There's no such thing as just a Salt Lake sitting by itself without it being fed from the ocean or something similar, or a brackish river or something like that, right? But seeing that it's a Salt Lake sitting by itself, it's like something had to have given it life. Something, it had to have emptied out someplace.
Somehow,
Or
yeah.
maybe a portion of the United States was part of the Pacific Ocean, right? And
Yeah,
so I'm looking at it and now I'm like, yo, this is probably what happened, some kind of cataclysm, because much of that area is also desert. You know what I'm saying? So maybe this is just me speculating and just shooting from the hip. Maybe something happened, all that water emptied out, much like in Northwest Africa, you have Mauritania and everything else. Something must have happened. Much of that water emptied out and it's dry as a bone. And you have the western part of the Sahara, right?
Right.
The US is kind of the same way. It emptied out. Whatever happened to California happened. It turned from an island to an actual, extra, just a piece of land fully attached to the rest of the United States. And so I thought about that and I was like, this is possibly part of it. I don't know, speculating. But then I thought about the Dead Sea over in where Israel is, right? So that's another landlocked saltwater body. And the Dead Sea is literally dead. It's dead.
The Dead Sea is literally a massive lake. It's not open. It's not open. It's like, you're right. Yeah.
Exactly. It's the Dead Sea sitting right there. And then south of the Dead Sea, you have these little small pockets of water. But if you look to the south, to the southwest of the Dead Sea, you know what's there? Sodom and Gomorrah.
No doubt. No doubt.
Shit. Sodom and Gomorrah is right there.
Wow.
And I'm like, huh.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I'm wondering, I'm like, is there maybe I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong, whatever. Right. But these days, with how we see things are, with how we've been lied to about everything, and just what we know or what we think we know of what could have taken place in the past, could there be some kind of connection as to why these places are isolated? A big flood, a big cataclysm, something, I don't know. And it brings me to another cataclysm, which I'm sorry that I sound like I'm like shooting here, shooting there, but Pompeii. Who's to say that they said those people were vaporized, but they weren't vaporized because those people are still there.
Still standing.
They're like stone statues, right?
Yeah, it's still standing. Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, what if, and it's, again, this is me speculating, I could be wrong, but what if there's a connection, just what if there's a connection between Sodom and Gomorrah and what happened in Pompeii? Because didn't Lot's wife turn into a pillar of salt? Turning around and looking at whatever was taking place behind her, turns into a pillar of salt. What if there was some kind of technology or some kind of something to make these things take place, to make these things happen? Because all science could say is, oh, there was a massive explosion, which it's funny that they talk about it because nobody was freaking there. A massive explosion took place, and instead of vaporizing those people as we would expect lava and heat to do, it turns them into stone. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, does it? At all. At all. Yeah. No, it's good. Some good thoughts there, man. And it's cool. It's cool to speculate, man. No. Well found, man. That's excellent. I'm glad that came up. There's a lot of anomalies on and Google Maps. There's a lot of anomalies as well, isn't that? I mean, that's one of them, and that's just one. Excellent. Now, good find, man.
Yeah. What they're gonna wind up doing, they're gonna wind up smudging out all of Google Maps and just put cartoon. They're just gonna put cartoon maps, man, just drawn out by like Marvel Comics. Cartoon maps, and the way you identify New York, they'll put like a picture of Spider-Man. They'll identify Chicago or Illinois by putting Batman over there. Be like, oh, that's Illinois, that's Chicago. if you want to find where to find Nebraska, they'll show a picture of Captain Kirk living in Nebraska, something like that. That's Nebraska right there, you know.
Somewhere in Omaha, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's how people will identify the states in America. They'll be like, oh, if you want to find Hulk Hogan, if you want to find Florida, they'll show a picture of Hulkamania or something flexing his muscles down there in Miami. Be like, that's Miami. You want to find
idiocracy, dude.
Yeah, you want to find New Jersey? They'll show a picture of Ronnie from Jersey Shore, from the Jersey Shore Boys and stuff. Ronnie and them. Boston would show Marky Mark.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They'll be like, that's how you find your states, because they don't want us finding nothing, bro. Let me tell you something. So I drove up to I drove up to Boston, right? I drove up there, and it's quite a drive. You wouldn't believe how many old world buildings are here. I've taken so many pictures of these places. It's absolutely remarkable. This is stuff that you normally don't pay attention to on the way up, right? Or anywhere you are. You're in the UK, so you probably see that stuff, and it doesn't register with you until you come into this community, to where now it's like you give it a little bit more credit than what it was before. So just driving, I don't have the privilege like you do living in the UK and seeing a lot of that stuff, but just driving up there, I'm like, oh my goodness, look at all these old world structures just in the middle of nowhere, just sitting there. And then they're like, oh, this is a mailbox. This is the post office. I'm like, the post office? Are you kidding me? You deliver mail in this thing?
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got to dig to find that stuff over here, dude. Because in Denver, there's like all modern buildings everywhere. You don't see anything until you actually start looking, and you'll find all the old buildings, man. They're here. Yeah. You just got to dig hard. Yeah.
You do. San Francisco.
That's the word, dig, because there's a lot of places have been built on top of places.
Yes. Yes. You want to know? Like, I brought a few pieces of property out in Colorado, actually, out there in San Luis Valley. I look at it and it's like desert, and I'm thinking to myself, I know it wasn't always like this. I know it wasn't. And so I'm thinking to myself, what is underneath all of this? Exactly. And I ask because if we go back to like a place like Egypt, right? If we go back to Africa and we look in Egypt, you see the pyramids. If you look at the top of the pyramids, what does it look like? And I know this sounds crazy, but what does it look like? You know what it looks like? It looks like the very top of an obelisk. So who's to say that if we were to dig deeper,
it could be a big old long multi-story.
What if it's a massive obelisk? Because has anybody ever spoken about the base, the structure, the foundation of the pyramids? I don't think so. Nobody's ever spoken about the foundation.
No, it's true. It's true. Worth the thought. It's definitely worth the thought, man. But
especially if there were giants in the earth back then, they could have very well put these things together. Who knows?
I do believe that. I believe that it's got to have been giants that built the pyramids. Got to. Even just the pyramids the way they are now. If there's nothing underneath it, I still think it's got to be giants that built that. You know, look at the size of those blocks. I mean, that's huge. Slaves didn't do that.
Yeah, slaves couldn't do that. It's remarkable how. And you want to know something? I can't even get mad at the people that still believe that slaves did it, because here's the thing: a lot of black folks are taking credit for a lot of these things. Oh, black people made that. And I'm like, you know, I would love to take credit for something. I would love to say that black people took the credit for this. But here's the thing: we don't know. No. Nobody knows. Do black people live there? Sure. Black people live all kinds of places. But you can't give credit to a people that we don't even know what the fuck happened 100 years ago.
Exactly right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't give credit to, and you know, a lot of folks are trying to even give credit to black folks for building many of these structures, which, listen, don't call me a Sambo or a coon just because I'm calling the truth out. I'm just calling the truth out because I'm just calling the truth out. That's it. Black folks are trying to give credit for things, for slaves building the White House and building this structure and building that structure. We find a lot of these structures all over the place. right?
hold
That
on.
are similar to the White House, that are similar to Monticello. If you don't know what Monticello is, take a look at the back of an American nickel, and that's Monticello. That's
I
that
got it.
structure,
I
right?
got it.
And so a lot of these structures that you find in Washington, D.C., a lot of Black folks are giving credit to Black folks for building that because it shows scaffolding around a lot of these buildings. And I'm like, you could put scaffolding anywhere. That's just to kind of add layers, that add support, right? You're just giving maintenance, giving upkeep to these places. Doesn't mean that they built it. So yeah,
The
man,
scaffolding in loads of buildings around the UK, and it's been there for like a year and stuff like that. And you see a couple of construction workers there every day. That a couple. I mean, for the size of the scaffolding, what are just a couple of construction workers doing there?
Yeah,
exactly. It's just a cover for something.
Yeah, that you see it at Notre Dame. I remember when I was a kid and I went to go visit Notre Dame in Paris, right? Like you see them all. I'm like, why they? I'm looking. I'm like, I guess they're repairing the church. I was like, it's an old church. It makes sense. And then I'm like, man, they got scaffolding all over these places. And then Notre Dame just had a fire. What, like 5 years ago or something like that? They had their little fire and stuff. And then I'm like, oh, that's pretty crazy. But now that we're seeing this, we're like, oh, okay, yeah, exactly. Now it's starting to make sense. But as I go around, like I stop, and not only do I take a picture of the of these old world places, but I also get a Google map and then I pin it. And then I take a screenshot of that. And then I'm like, okay, right here. So just that way we can always refer back to if anybody, it doesn't have to be me, it doesn't have to be you, anybody. If you want to go and you're in the area and you're just interested in it, that's the coordinate. That's where you want to visit. That's where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So
I think we lose a lot in oral history, man. If we actually go back through all the folklore and oral history, we find a lot of real truths. Actually, I think.
Yeah, I think that's true. There's a lot. There's a whole lot, man. It's funny that the current president is talking about redoing the education, right? And a lot of people are getting mad at him because they're like, oh, he's getting rid of the Department of Education. And I'm thinking to myself, well, is that a bad thing? Because now it's turning out that we've been lied to about everything. So once you find out that you've been fed lies, is it a bad thing to have to redo it? I mean, on a government, if it's the government doing it, can you trust it? Not really. But in theory, if you know that they've been feeding you lies from day one, you might either you just get away from it altogether and you start from scratch somewhere else, right? With what it is you know, and you just continue to observe, learn, and rediscover for yourself. Or you go along with whatever they're putting together that's new.
Conforming.
Yeah, exactly. We're conforming again. So if we know we can't trust them, I don't know. It's a weird place we're in.
Absolutely. Well said. But yeah, no, that was brilliant. I'm glad that the topic was brought up. Yeah, that was interesting. Nice. Thanks, I'm glad.
Yeah, man, not a problem, bro. Not a problem. But I'll see y'all, man. It's good to see y'all. Just wanted to drop my 2 cents in there, man. Love you guys.
Love you too, man. That was excellent. Anytime. Right. You're welcome anytime. Right. Bless you.
Peace.
Yeah.
Later, Fred.
Yeah, nice one. I love it when people drop in like that. I'm surprised. Brilliant, man. Makes it more interesting.
It does.
Always good to talk to people like Brad, man. Full of useful information. Good guy as well. Cool guy.
I gained 5 subs and lost 1. I don't get it, dude.
It happens. It's a pain in the butt. But what is it? Circleize us. Let's circleize us.
Mr. Amos. Yeah, here he comes.
In Zeus. Right. Let's do his re-edits.
No, why not?
Re-edits because he's put music in these ones, probably.
Yeah.
His first ones didn't have music in. And then I'll play a Harry Mack song after. Ooh, that wasn't, it was a quick. That was a quick one. Then I'll play a Harry Mack song. A freestyle, a Harry Mack freestyle. And then we'll play out with Mr. Super Sidewind and Mr. Chiswick. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got the old Saturn again. Digital watch in the house.
Ooh, ominous.
Digital, not a digital watch, wristwatch. Could be digital.
Could be. It's the Death Star, sir.
It's the Death Star. We'll bring down it. Saturn.
Saturninus. That's it. That's quick. Yeah, Lucky Haskins and Cheswick are going to do a song together.
Nice. I know. He said. I can't wait. Can't wait.
I
There
hope
you
so.
go. There's a minute of Saturn. That's steady. Actually, let's see if Flex has put tonight's stream out. For tonight.
I have no idea. What was he doing the topic on?
Don't know. I'm not sure. Don't think he's done it yet. He's just not long got back from work.
Aye.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Not yet. I don't see it.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Oh, Dead Mouse is coming on next.
We did that one, and let's do this one.
Yeah, last night we did a stream on Cavendish.
Oh, did you? Nice. Nice. How did it go?
Oh man, I found out a couple of things. I'll tell you about it after this. It's
Okay.
kind of cool. Yeah.
No, he hasn't put it up yet.
Kind of cloudy night though, isn't it?
Why? This is good. Then we're like, oh, let's just make sure I've got Harry Map downloaded in our yeah, all downloaded. We're all ready to go. Oh, really? Well, shit. Ah, okay.
That's a full moon, ain't it?
Yeah, I think it's just off a full moon, I would say. Just ever so slightly off. Just the day before or the day after, maybe.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Nice one, Jim. Thank you, bro. Bless you.
Thanks for all your hard work, dude. Well, what I
Absolutely.
found out about the Cavendish thing was that when they do their demonstration, they actually use one made out of styrofoam, wood, and magnets.
Ah, okay. Right. Wow.
Yeah, and they never use the actual device they use for the experiment for a demonstration. It's kind of odd, don't you think?
Yeah, of course. Of course. It's bloody not even that. There's no way that's just not an experiment. It's just crap.
No. And, well, I looked at an actual one, some guy who set it up, and it's all it is a torsion bar itself and the weight on it that actually makes it move, and nothing else. It's not. Yeah, it doesn't take much to do it either. It's a parlor trick, man. We boiled it down, and that's all it is.
Of course it is.
Mass, you know, mass don't attract mass, dude. It really
no,
don't.
of course it doesn't. That's why I'm not sticking to Mount Everest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If that were the case, everything would be sticking together, dude. No, nothing would be.
Together, everything. You know, it's
insane.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's the weakest thing they can find, they say. But I don't even see that part.
No, not at all. Not at all. Jimenez, not a problem, dude. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Right, let's do it. Harry Mack. And then we'll play out Mr. Chesing, Mr. Super Side Minder. So, Harry Mack. Zeus.
Mac.
There we go. What's up, Derek? How you doing, man?
What's up, man? The
hope
concept
this is-
today, man. I've been thinking about this. There's a show on
through this thing
Oh,
we call
exactly.
life.
Sorry, I was thinking maybe it's just a conversation, but no, he does do it.
Doing,
man?
What's up, man? The concept today, man. I've been
I just want to hear him
there's a
freestyle.
show on Netflix called Travelers.
Okay.
And the premise is these cats wake up in an adult body. Their name is a number.
Yeah.
And they realize they've been sent from the future to save humanity. That's their mission. We already know you're not human, so I'm deeming you. You are Traveler 21790. Hopefully that answers-
I like that.
To become Harry Mack and who you really are.
Yeah.
One thing you need
Traveler.
is the energy exchange, and the other thing you need
Energy
is
exchange,
you need
Traveler
to be
2,
grounded.
right, energy exchange.
Hey, dude, that's fire.
We should do it. It's dope. Let's do it.
Right,
Let's
cool.
get it.
Hey, I thought it was all over.
Yeah,
Is that now?
yeah, okay, yeah, turn it up, come on, yeah, turn it up, come on, yeah, okay, here to save the day, something like a hero, Traveler 21790. They know my freestyle brain is a computer, it makes sense, cause I'm coming back from the future like Marty McFly. I'm forever lit, I'm trying to save us from a future that is desolate, cause I know that we as humans can rise up above, but first of all, we have to not judge, we have to find love, find your heart up in your chest, I inject mine into my art, cause if I'm going wild with the dope freestyle that has the potential to make somebody smile, well that there is what we call an energy exchange, and it's born from these lyrical flames, and if we can keep having positivity go back and forth like these raps I scorch, well perhaps just maybe, just maybe, old ladies down to babies can feel less crazy while navigating through this thing that we call life, figuring out how to channel it on my mic. So listen, I'm coming back from a place where we always lay to waste cause we fell victim to hate. I'm trying to set it straight, I'm not about the domination, I'm about listening and having a conversation, cause I love to grab the mic and rock. A lot of human beings really know how to talk, but how many of us can let go of our fears and listen to another human while we open our ears and open our hearts and open our souls? How many people are down to surrender control? Cause sometimes, man, I try to rap with vision, recognizing that we all trapped by capitalism. Everybody wants more. By the way, shouts to DJ Moore, but that has 2 O's and an E. I'm talking about M-O-R-E. We want more money so that we cannot get free. Yo, it's crazy. Everybody's focused on materialistic. I wish it was that simplistic. But the problem is, when we get more things, joy to our hearts is not what it brings. And when we prioritize things we own over human beings who deserve proper homes, over the environment, this earth that we living in, well, of course, Mother Nature won't be forgiving them. So, yo, I'm witnessing a whole lot of problems, a whole lot of issues of power being misused. Now, I don't want to sound like the preacher. I'm not up at the pulpit, but my message still will reach ya. I don't have the answers, but I think maybe if we listen to each other, life would be less shady. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can do it and embody it within myself while spewing fluid. The energy exchange pertains to more than just lyrical flames or people out there making gains. I think it pertains to melting the mainframes that are focused on hatred within this insane game. So yo, I know to change the future won't be easy. I think we gotta channel that L-O-V-E. I think we gotta channel that love to rise above. I think we gotta clean the hatred away with the suds while we scrub, while we get back to the core of our existence. I think we gotta find a next beat coming in on time. Hold up, wait, we not done, we spitting divine. Yeah, check the way that Mac and lets the verse lay. My code name is the numbers of my own birthday. I'm never selling out cause I'm forever hairy, and I'm spreading love like the holiday we celebrate in February. When it comes to plans for the future, they couldn't challenge mine. Spreading love like a Valentine's card. I go hard, yo, the planet getting scarred. They knowing who we are. I'm extending with the bars for the second instrumental. Speak a voice that's influential. Known for metaphors, the similes and innuendos. Going wild with the style just to lift you up and make you smile. Whether you a man, woman, or child, a human being of any identity, you'll remember me. I'm hoping by exchanging this energy that the tendency of pushing people to the side and not valuing this life existence can be met with some ill resistance. It's much needed. Yo, I ain't into building walls. I'm into opening doors so human beings can evolve. Yeah, I think we gotta find a way to do it. So I keep displaying fluid. Every time I rhyme, I will display the music, digging deeper. When I rhyme, you know it's straight up ether. I'ma lift you through the clouds now. I'm kicking styles like roundhouse. I'm coming right up at the tip of the mental. Whenever I rhyme, the shit is essential. You know that I do it without gripping no pencil or tracing no stencil. I do it all on my own, bringing y'all up in the zone from the future so we can protect this planet home. From the future so we can protect this humanity. From the future so we can blend just like a family. From the future, cause you know I think this so often. We talk about our differences but have so much in common. Why do we focus on the very few things that differentiate rather than open our mental state to recognize that we all need food, we all need love, need hugs, need to be in good moods, we all need friends, we all need family support, we all bleed when we're cut, yes that's true of course, we all breathe the same oxygen, we all need people who respect us and when we make plans they lock it in, we all need people to listen when we speak, we all need to exercise so that we won't be weak, we all need to drink water just so we can hydrate, we all need to feel love and not feel the violation. So I'm hoping I can bring us back to that, the core principles that make living as a human fat. Yo, and I mean it P-H-and-D. It's really dope being on this planet blue and green. It's really dope being on this planet called Earth. So when I feel people take it for granted, you know it hurts. Take it from me, Mac the rap hero, aka 21790. What?
That was not bad at all. He can flow, dude. Yeah.
Oh, he can. That's not my favorite one of his so far, but yeah, he's still good. He's still good. But yeah, if you give me a link for that, dude, that'd be cool. Did you say it was Ren High or something? Ren High? Just Ren High. Oh, you did Ren High. Oh yeah. Ren High, but this he rap. Hold on, 2 seconds.
I see surfing bears.
Okay, I've just come across something. I'll quickly play it. Okay, it's different. He usually plays a guitar in that. It's different, but he's wearing it. It's good. It's good. Let's have a quick look at it. This is who you run about, isn't it?
I've seen this guy before.
Right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. You want about this dude, yeah? This video that's got 40 million. Hold on, then.
Yeah, that's the first one on the list, I think.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Hold on a minute. Is this copyrighted music?
It might be.
Is this copyrighted?
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just thinking I probably won't be able to play it.
It's a year old too. On top
Official
of that.
music video. Yeah, I can't. I think this will be copyrighted. I can't play it live. Sorry, I forgot about that. Idiot. I might have to even cut out that bit that I've already played. I don't know. Totally forgot about that. Numpty, ain't I? We'll see. We'll see at the end. I might have to cut it. But yeah, I'll have to have a look at it later. I totally forgot. I was thinking, hold on, it'll be copyrighted music. Numpty. I'll have a look at it after. Excellent, dude. Yeah, so Mr. Cheswick. Nobody cares that you've been to Antarctica.
Who's been to Antarctica? Jiffy?
It was a song Mr. Cheswick made up, obviously, about Duffy and all that, and Mr. Super Sidewinder has done a mix with it, so here we go.
Nobody cares that you've gone to Antarctica. Nobody cares what it is you see there. Nobody there on the 30th parallel. Nobody cares.
What? Yeah, but he's independent. He's independent, but that doesn't mean to say it's not copyrighted, does it? But anyway, I'm going to play this from the start again because I've interrupted it. Well, what I'll do is, after I've done Mr. Super Sidewinders, I'll try playing it. If they copyright me on it, then I'll take it off. But I'll try it. Anyway. Let's go back to start. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
PJ, I'm going to report you, man. Get your channel taken down.
Good.
No.
Me too.
Right, I'm not interrupting it this time. Here we go. Thanks, Mr. Super Sidewinder, Mr. Cheswick.
Nobody cares that you've gone to Antarctica. Nobody cares what it is you see there. Nobody there on the 30th parallel. Nobody cares, so don't you shoot me down. Don't shoot me down. Nobody cares, but you're so full of arrogance. Nobody cares that you're full of hope. And one day they'll see that it's level and stationary. One day they'll see what moves lights in the sky. Don't shoot me down. Don't shoot me down. Don't shoot me down. The time has come for us to think reality. You attack me to protect your own sanity. Wake up, my friend, because I'm not your enemy. Open your eyes and see that deep light to me.
I hear a
Nice
harmonica.
one. Mr. Super Sidewinder, Mr. Cheswick. Excellent. Now I know that guy says to show you stuff. Yeah, sound. I'll play it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Did Ryan take off?
Sidewinder. What?
Did Ryan take off?
Oh, it must know it's the end of the stream anyway. Anyway, let's do that one.
I ran.
Hi there, Ran. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ran, on you pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ran. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately. And I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. And you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind not perfect. You're always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program. Rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate. This time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kind of doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Wow, your Grammys ran nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics, or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connected, and the people who find it respect it. And for me, that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ran, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal?
So I had to pause there for that because Dr. Buzz says, did you have you listened to Pete and Vaz? Dude, I love Pete and Vaz. They're brilliant, dude. Old guys, they're in their 70s, maybe 80s. I am going to get something up. I'll get something up. I'll play a Pete and Vaz after this one. Oh, they're brilliant. They drink reds, they drink their beers, and I tell you what, for old guys, they're manufactured. They've got to be, but they say they've been doing this a long time. But they're brilliant. I'll play a Pete and Vaz after this. I don't know if I'll get copyrighted on that, but yeah, I love them.
You might as well, man.
It's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man. You're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this. It's that genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious. Eminem did it. Played on guitar. Plan B did it. Man, you're not original. You criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Right, mate? We've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you. I don't need you. I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself. I'm a genius. And I will be great. And I will make waves. And I'll shake up the whole world beneath it. That's right. Speak your truth. Your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it.
music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ran. I'ma fucking kill me, Dan, let's fucking have you, Ran. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to down my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose it. Die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips, so you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal. Feeble and normal, you wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of ends. I am you, you are me, I am you, friend. Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned.
Do you stop my stream? Stream violations. I knew it. I knew this wasn't. I knew I wasn't allowed to play this.
They stopped it?
Yeah, they stopped it. They stopped it. I'll have to wait. Let's see. It might not come back on. I'll wait. It might not come back on. I knew it. I knew it. Ah, watch me get busted again. I'll wait and see if it comes back on.
Yeah, it's in stream violation right now.
I told you. I told you. I told you.
Give it a
I
minute.
knew it. I bet it doesn't even come back on. Let's wait and see. Let's see. Let's see. Still says I'm. Yeah.
I'll refresh it. Let's see what it does. And it's still saying you're suspended. Oh hell! I hope they'll take the whole thing down.
No, well, no. It wouldn't surprise me. I bet I end up bloody banned.
That's a good thing you got a backup channel, huh?
Yeah, but it's not good. I don't want to end up banned up for this. Freaking hell! After especially after the Vlad came on, we had a decent conversation. Hurry up, will you stream? Come back on.
It's not going back on.
Yeah, but they just says suspended. It's not as though they haven't took it down yet. It'll either go away or come back on because it hasn't stopped.
You're back on.
We're back.
You're back. Yeah.
There we go. I told you guys. I told you they wouldn't let me. When you do these things live, it doesn't matter if they're independent or not. They're copyrighted. They're copyrighted. I knew it. I knew I should have done it. So I'm not going to play Pete and Baz. I'm not going to. Nah. I love Pete and Baz. I'm not going
I'll have to go look them up. They sound good.
I bloody knew it. I bloody knew it. Anyway, yeah. I knew I wouldn't be allowed to play that. I kind of knew it. But well, I didn't know it. When you said that he says to put it on and all that, I thought it'd be fine. But when you play things live, it's different. It's different for some reason. Yeah. So that'll be taken down, obviously. That part will be taken down, I think. They'll have done that already. I don't know. But it's obviously I'm still live, so they haven't done anything. They haven't given me a warning or anything like that. So let me just skip my email or anything from them saying anything. Because I know usually when that happens, the stream comes back on. Usually, once when it happened, they did take it down, but that was the Knives one, remember?
Yeah.
But no, it's back on now, so it's all good. It's all good. Let me just check, see if we got a. Yeah, I kind of thought I wouldn't be allowed to do that. But I dare say that was somebody reported it. I don't think it was just YouTube. I think someone reported it. Best part too. See, I did think I wasn't allowed to play it. It's just, even with Mr. Super Sidewinder's music, they're mostly all covers, but because they're an original song, I get a copyright on it. But it's a copyright that doesn't affect the channel. It just means if I ever monetized anything that's got that copyright in, I wouldn't be able to monetize for. So that means every single video I've done, I would never be able to monetize for, because I have mostly Mr. Super Sidewinder's music in it. But it does get copyrighted. It just doesn't affect my channel. It doesn't affect it. But there's a copyright signal there, you know.
I had
Some
an idea, PJ.
do ban me from certain territories. What, Roger?
Call me babe. That was good.
I nearly called you babe then.
No, we should copyright.
I will do.
Our
I will
show.
do, bro.
We should copyright our shows, and then we could fight it. I think.
Would I like to
Copyright
play your
it.
uncle? Would I like to play your uncle from the 50s? I doubt it's copyrighted. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Why not? I can quickly play that. Why not? If you've got a link for it.
I was just thinking we got to have some kind of legal thing on our side when it comes to music. I don't know why it's all copyrighted so much.
I know it's mental. Well, it depends on what the song is as well. But if not, I could play it another day. Because I'm finishing now anyway. It's I've been on 3.5 hours. I tell you what, Dr. Bose, I'll do it another day. Come by another day and I'll play it another day, definitely. I mean, I've been on for 3.5 hours now anyway. And that.
Well, you put a link in.
As soon as I seen stream suspended, I was like, oh, here we go. He's the lead singer. You'll hear. You'll hear.
Calypso Train. Yeah.
Let's have a quick look. Just since you put it in, let's have a quick look. Hold on. The Chancellor's chick.
I've heard of them before.
Wow. What? Like you collect that? Okay. My dad is one of the chancellors. Okay. You sure it's not copyrighted? I mean, don't know. Hold on. I'm just looking at the thing.
You're pushing the envelope, PJ.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm kind of a bit scared about it. Let me just watch it in. Hey Jeff, good to see you, bro. I don't want to push it. I don't want to push it on today. I tell you what, I've got the link there. I'm going to put it in my watch later, and I will play it after and tomorrow's stream, at the end of tomorrow's stream. Just so I'm not pushing it in the same day, because I just got that taken down. That suspended. So let me just save it in my watch later, and we'll play it tomorrow. Remind me to play it tomorrow. But I'll remember. I'll remember because it's in my watch later.
Yeah.
I'll play it tomorrow, Dr. Bose.
Yeah.
Definitely. Nice one, dude. Nice one. I'll stop there, guys. As I push my luck too much, and I'll see you on Flatters tonight. Bless you guys. Nice one for coming. Nice one, Roger, for being here. And also, Vicky's got a testimony tonight with Ryan's testimony. She put the link in earlier. Let me just go get it again. I always do this. It's always an afterthought with me. Okay. Sorry.
I think Keith put it in. Did he?
Who has?
Just now. And Flats is in there.
Oh, Flats put it in. I know it's probably for his stream. Yeah, that's Flats' stream. Right, let's link for Flats' stream, guys, for later on. Cool. Nice one, Flats. No, I'm getting Vicky's link for the testimony. There we go. Live testimony with Ryan S. Yeah. Copy. And there we go. Paste. There you go, guys. That's the link for Vicky's stream later, and that's Flats' link for later. See you guys in Flats' later, and bless you guys. Here the sunset's free. It's free. Indeed.
Indeed. No.